We are live. Okay, yeah, we are live. It is blah 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 blah. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, divas that are joining. I let's see. If you are joining, now is the right place. This live is for divas and women who are all about manifestation. Come on in. Let's keep going with the live. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Christine Michelle. You are in the right place. If you are looking for a live that's all about manifestation, ask all your questions, drop them in the comments. Let's see how I'm learning how to use. Oh, hello, 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 Tulip. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place. We are going to talk about all about manifestation. If you are manifesting something, put it in the comments so I can see what you're manifesting. Are you manifesting love, clients, peace, freedom? Let me know. This live is for women who are doing the work, who are manifesting, doing the mindset work, the healing work, the journaling work, like all of that work, the vision boarding, and all of the things. And so drop some comments in there. Have you vision board? Have you journaled? Like, what are you manifesting? Give me some updates. Put it in the comments. You can ask your manifestation questions. I am going to show you what's blocking your manifestation. And like, come on, let's get some comments below so we can get this live out to more people before I start teaching. So tell me, have you vision boarded? Have you done the forgiveness work, the affirming? Like, tell me what you've been doing in the comments. What are you manifesting? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Drop some yeses if you're manifesting something. And keep going because I am going to start teaching. I'm going to talk about the manifestation system and the three parts of that system and what is stopping your manifestation. So, look, if your manifestation hasn't actualized, it's not because you are broken. So drop some comments. Let me know who is here. What are you manifesting? And I'd love to know. So, look, if the thing that you are manifesting has not been like has not dropped in yet, it is because not because you're broken, it's because you are not aligned. That's all it is. And I'm going to show you the three systems that need to be in alignment for you to manifest. Okay? So, let me know, what are you manifesting? Drop it in the comments. I have a poll going. Let me put the poll in there because it's going to ask you what you are manifesting. Let's see. The poll, la la la. What are you? Yes, 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 yes. Let's go ahead and use this poll. That one. There we go. Answer the poll. What are you manifesting? Are you manifesting money, business success, love, health? What are you manifesting? Drop it in the comments because I am going to show you what is stopping you from manifesting, what's manifestation blocks. I'm also going to take you through the three systems that need to work together in order for you to manifest. So, add some comments like, what are you manifesting? There's a poll going. Are you manifesting money, business success, love, like your SP? Are you manifesting health? Like, what are you manifesting? Let me know. I'm Christine Michelle, and I am the founder and creator of The Aligned Soul. And I've got some slides, I've got some things for you. Definitely drop in the comments like what you are manifesting, because if it hasn't unfolded, it's not because you're doing something like wrong or something's wrong with you. The only reason why it hasn't manifested yet is because you aren't aligned. And I'm going to show you the three things that need to be aligned in order for you to manifest fast, because it's not about divine timing. It's not about any of that. It's about alignment. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Say hello in the comments. Let me know what you are manifesting right now. I want to hear, what are you manifesting right now? Because this live is for women who are doing the work. Have y'all been doing the mindset, the healing, the journaling, the vision boarding, all of that? If you have been doing that, put some ones in the comments. Let me know. And drop a yes if you are journaling and visualizing and vision boarding and doing all the things, because I want to know. And then tell me what you are manifesting. We've got the poll. I want to see some of those answers. Are you manifesting money? Are you manifesting business success? Are you manifesting health, wellness? What are you manifesting? Let me know, because I am going to show you how to manifest it. And I'm going to show you like what's like stopping your manifestation. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are you feeling it? I see a lot of you are joining. Look, if you have desired something, yes, thank you for the hearts. Put some hearts in there, like drop some comments down there, because I want to get this live out to more people. The more people that watch this live, I can go into the teaching so you can find out which of the three systems are out of alignment. Okay, so yes, give me some hearts, drop some comments in there so we can see it going. And if you have some questions about manifestation, I will go ahead and answer those questions too. So the poll is all about what are you manifesting, so I can see and use examples about those things. So is it love? Is it money? Is it health? Is it business success? Most of my clients are entrepreneurs. They have businesses. So go and answer that poll. It's almost done. And so we'll see. Let's see. Let me see what we got in the poll. So it seems like a lot of you are manifesting money and business success. All right. All right. Well, we'll talk about money and manifestations. We'll talk about business success. We'll talk about all of that. All right. How many of you are like, yes, 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 yes? Put some yeses down there. Give me some hearts. Let me know that you want me to go into these teachings, because we got a whole 90 minutes and it's going to be good. Yes, yes, yes. I see MJ. Tell me how you say your name, MJ. All right. So the main reason why you haven't manifested what you desire is because your system is out of alignment. It's not because you haven't worked hard. It's not because of the efforting. It's not because of any of that. All right, So if you want to know what is blocking your manifestation, I created an assessment and I'm going to talk about it. And it takes about 15 minutes to fill out. There's a special offer and all of that. We're going to talk about that in a couple of 20 or 30 minutes. But if you want to jump ahead of the line, go into the link in my bio and then you can take the assessment. It's like $77 just for you. There's a code for the live so you can check it out. All right. So first, let me break this down for you. Divine timing is a scam. How many of you have heard about divine timing? Divine timing is a scam. It's not real. Manifestation does not have to take time. It doesn't. It can be immediate. And basically, the biggest part of manifestation is immediate. It's your decision. When you decide you want something, it is done. But then the alignment piece, it's all about being the person who already has it. How many of you have heard of identity work? Put some ones in the comments, say me, 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 if you have. Because as soon as you decide, it is done. The time factor really isn't real, because time isn't real. How many of y'all know that? Time isn't real. Thank you guys for all of the gifts. Time isn't real. All right. Time doesn't have anything to do with what you are manifesting. Okay. It really isn't about how hard you work. How fast you receive something is about your alignment, and it's the alignment of three systems. Okay. So I'm going to tell you about one of the biggest things. How many of you have done manifestation techniques? Drop in the comments which techniques you've done. Journaling, meditating, manifesting, vision boarding, have you done robotic affirmations? What have you done? What kind of affirmations and what kind of things have you done? Because if you really want to know and you get to hear this, I want you to hear this. I really want you to hear this. Okay, y'all listening? Y'all listening? Because women, especially in the spiritual space, you're over efforting. You are doing too much work. You're doing the most. And the truth is, when alignment is present, things move quickly and your manifestation unfolds. It does. And so here's something that I want you to get if you get anything. It's that you do not manifest things. How many of you? You don't manifest things. You manifest being the woman, the them, the man, whoever who has the things. Put that in the comments. I manifest the me. I manifest me having the thing. It's not about manifesting the thing. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? If you're picking up what I'm putting down, put some ones in the comments. All right. So you don't manifest things. You manifest being the person who has the things. And so if you understand that, type the one. Type one. I'm the one in the comments. Because let this be clear. When you are aligned with being the woman who has the things, then your manifestations unfold like that. I'm telling you, I got so many stories that I'm going to share. It happens so fast. So, but here is what no one else tells you. Until you make what is unconscious conscious, it will direct your life. And you call it fate. And in most spiritual spaces, they call it divine timing. It's divine timing. No, it's not. It's not. But let me tell you what is. Manifestation is a system. It is a system, and I have cracked the code. I've worked with over 20,000 women, and helped them manifest so many things. But it's not because they waited for the timing. It's because they got their system aligned. So what is the system? How many of you want to know what the system is? The manifestation system, all right? The manifestation system is your identity, your state, and your calibration. When these three are working together, manifestations start popping like popcorn. Popping like popcorn. Pop, 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 pop. All right, y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Let me know. Give me some hearts. Let's get this live out to more people. All right. And so what is identity? How many of you know what identity is? Identity is who are you being? Right? Who are you being? How many of you want something like you want to manifest? I saw that a lot of you were like, I want to manifest money. And so you're talking about you want to manifest money. Are you being the person who already has the money? Like, who are you being? Are you scared to look at your bank account because you don't know how much is in there and you're scared of that? That's not you being the person who has the money. Are y'all picking up what I put? Let me know. Are you picking up what I put down? If you are afraid, that is not you being the identity of the person. We're going to break down identity. We're going to break down state, and we're going to break down calibration, because nobody talks about calibration by the way. Okay. What is state? State is who are you energetically and who are you emotionally. It's not just about emotions. It's about energetics. Who are you? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And what's the next thing? Your calibration. No one really talks about this, but it's what feels normal for you. When you are being the person who already has it, when your emotions and your energetics align with that version of you, and when you believe that what you receive just feels like normal, it manifests like that. Like that. How many of you have heard this quote before? If you've heard this quote before, put yes below. As above, so below. As within, so without. What does that mean? I know everybody's like, what that mean? What that mean? You're like, what that mean? Yes, yes, put some yeses. All right. If any one of these systems, your identity, your state, and your calibration is off, you are actualizing in the old identity. And that's what slows the desire down from becoming your norm. Tell me if you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? And so tell me again in the comments. I know a lot of you For hello, Rise of the Goddess. Hello, hello, wee wee. A lot of you are manifesting, right? Money. Yes, picking it up, picking it up. A lot of you are manifesting money. A lot of you are manifesting business success. But if you aren't being the person who already has the money and already has the business success, it will never come. And so, what are your questions about that? Because the one I always get is like, how am I going to be the one with the money if I don't have the money? if you, if that's one of your questions, tell me in the comments and give me some hearts. Let's get this live out to more people. Let's get this live out to more people. The Rise of the Goddess says, I am manifesting money and world renowned screenwriter. Ooh, let me write that down because I'm going to use that as an example. World renowned screenwriter. If you guys want me to start using you as an example, put it in the comments. What are you manifesting? And she said, money and a world renowned screenwriter. That's the Rise of the Goddess. Okay. All right, guys. I'm writing that down because I'm going to start using that in some of the examples. Yeah, give me some hearts. We're going to do this. All right. So there we go. Well, let's talk about identity. And I'm going to use the identity of a world-renowned screenwriter who's making a shit ton of money. Y'all want to do that? Who's making a whole bunch of money. All right. Yes. 1% per day. Boom. All right. Keep putting some hearts in there. Help me out, Rise of the Goddess. Let's get this out there. Let's heart it. And we'll tap that screen so that I can get this out there. All right. So we're going to use Rise of a Goddess. World-renowned screenwriter, known all over the world, screenwriting, got movies. She got all kinds of things. Everybody knows your name. All right. And so when you think about being a world-renowned screenwriter who's making a ton of money, how does that feel in your body? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. How does that feel in your body? Because, like, does it feel big? Does it feel like, do you feel a little anxious? How do you feel when you think of, I am world renowned? Everybody knows my name. My movies are all over the world. How does that feel? Because guess what? If it feels big, if it feels like anxious in your body, if it feels like it's a big freaking deal, then you haven't calibrated to it. Right? So tell me, Rise of a Goddess, what are some of the things that if you were in the identity of the world-renowned screenwriter who's making a shit ton of money, what are some of the things that you would be doing on a daily basis? Because in order to be that world-renowned screenwriter, you've got to be that version of you now before anyone knows your name. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Come on, keep tapping the screen. Tap the screen. Let's get it out there. Okay? And so if I believe that I am a world-renowned screenwriter, okay, what would I be doing? I would be blocking out time uninterrupted to write daily. Are you doing that every day? Right? I would be just sharing my work. I would be like, this is the play that I'm writing, right? This is the screenplay that I'm writing. I would have it written out every single day because that is what I would need to do. To be a world-renowned screenwriter, I need to write plays. I need to write screenwrites. I need to write scripts. Yeah. Yes, you began to January 1st. Done and done. Okay. And so if this idea feels big, if it feels that it doesn't feel normal to you and it feels like something that is outside of you, then that means you haven't like anchored in the identity of it. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. And so let me tell you a story about me, and we're going to come back to this example. I love this example of the world-renowned screenwriter. Y'all keep tapping the screen, tarting the screen so more people can come in. All right, so this is something I had to learn the hard way, y'all. I remember I manifested one of the biggest financial months that I had. It was about $60,000 cash. I was flying high. I was like, woo! Yeah, my business is flowing. I'm rolling, right? And I felt good. for about 30 minutes. And then after I manifested it, I started to feel fear. I started to feel pressure. I started to feel all of these things because I started to think of, what am I going to do? Hold this? What if it goes away? Like, those were the thoughts that I was thinking. Now tell me, are those the thoughts of someone who always has a 60,000 or more dollar month? Are they thinking about, how do I hold this? How do I keep it? How do I? Is that what someone who created a $60,000 month, does that sound like something that that person would be saying? No, no, right? And so I was taking all the action. I was moving my butt off. I started to do, I started to worry. I was stressed. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Right. And I started to feel so much pressure, and I made it like pressure, pressure, pressure. That's a good question. How do you bypass the monkey brain? I will answer that after this. And so I had the $60,000 month. My business was doing so well. I was just like, ugh, so scared. And so what happened? I had the worst month ever right after that. The worst financial month that I ever had. Why? Because what I didn't realize at the time is that I was still in the identity of a $10,000 or $20,000 month, because that was what was normal for me. And so when I hit 60,000, I didn't align my thoughts, I didn't align my beliefs, my decisions weren't right, my actions weren't right, you know? And so I got to the point where I was worried about holding something instead of making $60,000 months minimum my norm. And so my mind and my body were not aligned with what my soul knew. How many of you are picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Rise of a Goddess says she started doing the scripting, ever writing. Whoops, I'm on mute. And then the wild part is, once I started to do that, more ideas started coming in. Exactly. When you start moving in the identity, you get even more creative, more creative. Okay. And so let's see. We're supposed to love ourselves beyond measure. And yes, we were not created to play small or be ashamed. Exactly. Exactly. All right. Come on, keep putting some hearts on that screen. Let's keep going. All right. So let me tell you what happened. So as I like saw that, I had my lowest month ever. I was stressed out. I was trying to work hard to keep all the money and all the things and try to keep my business having the success that it was having. I realized that I was working on trying to be something, but not the person who had it already. I had a gap between it. I had a gap. How many of you have ever felt that there was a gap between who you are today and where you want to be? Yeah? Yeah? Keep with the hearts. Ooh, we almost have 1,000 hearts. Let's get some more hearts. All right. Okay. And so it was when I started to align both my identity, right? Who I was being, with my emotions and my energy, right? My energetics needed to align, and then started to make being a $60,000 a month my norm. That's when things started to flow. That's when it really started to flow. Let me tell me, if you have ever had something come, manifest, and then feel like it's slipping away, type aligned soul in the comments if you've ever felt that before. Yes, 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 yes. All right. And so that's why I created it's called the alignment assessment. And it aligns, it looks at like what is blocking your manifestation. There's a link in the bio. It takes about 20 minutes to take it because it's a real test, and it looks at your state, it looks at your calibration, and it looks at your identity. And there is a special code. It's code 7 live 77, and that'll get you like 90% off. Okay? And I'm going to take you through what's in it. There's so many bonuses. There's all kind of amazing stuff, but I just want to give it to you because the first 10 get another special bonus. Okay? All right. And so the assessment shows you what system, whether it's your identity, is misaligned, right? So if it's your identity that's misaligned, it means you're being the old version of yourself or a version that doesn't match where you were going. So for me, I wasn't being the $60,000 woman. I asked Rise of the Goddess, are you being the world-renowned screenwriter? You know, every single day when nobody's watching. Are you being the world renowned screenwriter? Yay, we got some 1,000 hearts. Let's keep going. All right. Are you being the version of you that is not the world renowned screenwriter? I'll give you a little taste of what we do in the Aligned Soul universe. If you know that you're not being that version every single day, I want you to think about what are the thoughts that version of me thinks. What are their core beliefs? Like, for example, a $60,000 a month person just knows that if this person says no to my offer, guess what? Somebody's going to be right behind them that's coming. So you see how like that's a belief. But when I was worried about like, what is going to happen? Am I like going to be able to do this? You know, where's the next client? When I was worried about that, I was not aligned. I was not aligned. My identity was not aligned. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah? All right. Next, is it your state that's out of whack? Like, are you moving with expectation or lack? Are you expecting things not to work? Are you expecting that this is just, you're just writing this script and you hope somebody listens? No, you're writing, what you get to do is say, I am writing the script that is putting me on the map. This script has put me on the map. That's what you would say, Rise of the Goddess. Because energetically, you get to be the person who has a world-renowned script and a world-renowned screenwriter before it actually happens. When you decide that that's what you are, everything you write is done. Everything. Y'all picking up? Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. I had to detach myself from people who are comfortable playing small and feel threatened. Yes. Yeah. You've got to get in rooms with more people who are saying, this is who I am. I do this, and they're thinking big, they're believing big, they're being big. You want to be in more rooms like that. Okay. Now, I want to ask you something. One of the things that I was manifesting, right, and I was creating, that $60,000 a month felt big. It felt like the Holy Grail. And so when money feels light and happy and easy, that's calibration, because it just feels like that's just the way it is. But if I put it on a pedestal, that means that I'm not calibrated to it. And that's out of alignment. But sometimes you don't know, is it my identity? Is it my state? Or is it my calibration? Which one is it? And a lot of people don't know which one is stopping their manifestation. If you're just joining, we're talking about what is blocking your manifestation. So if you want clarity, you want to stop guessing, comment Aligned Soul, and you will find out how to access the alignment assessment. It's in the comments. I mean, it's in the it's at the link in bio. Let's see. I manifested a trip to Spain last year. I had no idea how it would happen, but I knew it would. My husband, yes, got a surprise bonus, and we went. Of course. You decided, I'm going to Spain. You decided, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I know I'm going. And you decided that it was done. Yes, 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 Rise of a Goddess. That is awesome. All right. So let's talk about why manifestations feel slow, even when you're doing all the work. And a quick reset for anybody that's joining. If you are just joining, this live is for women who feel like their manifestations are inconsistent, even when they're doing all the work. All right. And so if you are new here and you are joining, tell me what you are manifesting. Drop it in the comments. What are you manifesting? Okay. All right. So what are you manifesting? Lately, a lot of my clients, they're all about money, right? Some of them want $20,000 months, $50,000 months, $100,000 months, all of those things. We know Rise of a Goddess is manifesting being the world-renowned script writer, and she's got tons of money flowing in because she is a world-renowned script writer. Yes, yes, yes. And so when you think about it, also, like, do you want clients, business growth? Do you want freedom? Yeah, we're almost to 2K hearts. Yes, keep thanking. Yes, yes, keep doing it. Do you want freedom? What feels so good? What are you manifesting? Drop it in the comments below. All right. And so I want to ask you, if you're watching this, like, what did you use to manifest? Because what's happening is when you don't know which system is out of alignment, you could be vision boarding, you could be robotic affirming, you could be doing all of these things, but it's not fixing the system that's out of alignment. And so you could feel like, I'm doing all the things, and this girl said it was going to work out in like 2 months, that I should have everything that I'm manifesting. But then you're not doing the identity work. So but if your identity is out of alignment and you're just doing robotic affirming, and it is just affirming the old identity, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So if you had to think, which is out of the alignment? Is it your identity? Is it your state? Is it the calibration? Drop it in the comments. Okay, let's see. I want freedom to be able to take trips I desire and to be able to go and produce the screenplays. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. All right. First of all, I want to remind you something. Everybody who is watching this, you are a master manifester. You are a master manifester already. Already. Yes, already. You have always manifested, and you're manifesting right now, all day, every day. Anybody who's watching this, you manifested being on this live. Whatever you have in your life is a part of your manifestation. Nobody has a fault. It's nobody's fault. If you're like, I don't like what I got, it's okay. But when we can take and be like, oh, I'm the master manifester, I get to create my reality the way I want to, then you have a lot more power than if you feel like it's not in your hands. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down, right? And so previously, a thought became a thing, right? And then this is what I call woo-doo. It's turning the unseen into the seen. And what you create, right? When you want something specifically, or y'all pick, like when you really, really, really want something, that is pushing it away. Of course, I know you've heard that before. How many of you heard that before? Why? Because you are a master manifester. And when you decide something, it comes into being. Like the trip to Spain that Rise Goddess manifested. You can manifest and create that trip to Spain just like you did that trip to Spain. You can manifest being a world-renowned screenwriter. It's done. And it was done because you decided it. So, yeah. She said, yep, desperation means you don't believe it can be yours. Exactly. Exactly. And so what I like to call manifestation, because everything is manifestation, I like to call it intentional receiving. Intentional receiving. Drop that in comment. Intentional receiving. Okay. Intentional receiving means that I intend to receive this. Like, this is already mine. It's already created. You're not like creating anything, right? It's not like you're in there creating. You're just intentionally receiving it. There's a version of me, I like to call it the quantum soup, that has this thing, and I, in this 3D reality, am allowing the reality to catch up with me. I've decided it's mine, and 3D gets to catch up. I decided it's mine, and the 3D gets to reflect that back to me. I'm intentionally receiving it, right? Because there is a version of you that already has it. And the only reason why you don't have it is because there's a piece in the manifestation system that's off. And you can easily shift that, whether it's your identity, whether it's your state, all of that. And so let's see. Yes, the future of me is a screenwriter. And I like to say you are a screenwriter already. You said you've been writing screenwriting. You've been writing some scripts since January 1st. You are a screenwriter. Done. You're already a screenwriter. Already it. If you are picking up what I'm putting down, say yes. Say, I'm a screenwriter. Put that in the comments. Claim it. You decided it. You're already it. You're already writing the screenwriting. Like you're already writing the scripts. It's already done. All right? Yes. All right. Come continue to tap that screen. Quick reset for people that are joining. This live is all about why your manifestation stalls, even when you're doing the work. All right. And this is exactly what the manifestation alignment assessment shows you, which piece is off. And there's so many juicy bonuses and all the things, right? And so we'll talk you through that in a little bit. But let's talk about state. Y'all want to hear about state? So there are, just a recap, anybody that's joining, there are 3 systems that create your manifestation. 3 systems that manifest. 3 systems. Okay. The systems are what? Your identity, your state. We're going to teach about the state. We just finished teaching about identity. Your identity, your state, and what? Your calibration. Right? And so what are you manifesting? Drop it in the comments. I will use it as an example. Right now, we are manifesting being a screenwriter, a world-renowned screenwriter who makes the paper. All right. Okay. So in the state, you don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you are being. Okay. And so in the identity, it was all about who do I need to be? So your understanding, we talked about to be a screenwriter, what am I believing? What are my intentions? What are my thoughts? If I'm a screenwriter, what are my thoughts? What actions am I taking on a daily basis as a screenwriter? Writing plays, right? Writing scripts, right? Okay. And so now let's talk about your state, because your state is your energetic and emotional way of being. And that determines what you allow yourself to receive. Because I want to know how you are moving through this world. If it is intentional receiving, right? It's not about what you believe, even though belief is a piece of it. It really isn't about what you're journaling about or what you're posting about or what everybody sees on the outside, right? It's not about it's not about your grid. It really truly is about energetically you're drawing people to you, and you can't fake energy. You can't fake energy. Let's see. This is good. Wish I could stay longer. When will you be on again? You know what? I might do it a little bit later today. So just keep up with it. Definitely join. Grab the alignment assessment if you can. There's the code and everything. It's in the link in bio. But I will be back on the live. Okay? All right. And so what you get to remember is that a lot of people like to blame their nervous system. How many of you heard that? I can't manifest. It's my nervous system, blah, blah, blah. Have a beautiful day, Rise of the Goddess. Right? And I want you to know that you are a master of your nervous system. You are a master of your nervous system. Yes, you are a master of your nervous system. Okay? And so if you know that you are the master of your nervous system, let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Give me some hearts. Let's get this live out to more people. Okay? So as divinity in a body, right, you can decide how you respond. Yeah? And then here's the thing. When your body tenses up, when you imagine receiving, it's not your mindset. That's the state that you're in. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay? And that is why forcing never works. Forcing never works. How many of you are picking up what I am putting down? How many of you are picking up what I'm putting down? Yes. So your body, when it tenses, it is your state, not your mindset. Okay? And so notice what feels uncomfortable. That is the misalignment. You can shift that misalignment. So tell me what you are manifesting, and then let me know how that feels if you were to manifest it right now. If you were to manifest that thing right now, what would you feel? What are you manifesting? We know Rise of a Goddess is manifesting being what? A screenwriter, world-renowned screenwriter. What does that look and feel like? Let me know if you will pick it up what I am putting down. Okay? And so let's talk again. Like, what are you manifesting? Put it in the comments. And I'm going to give you some examples. If you are manifesting money, but you clench your chest every time you look at your bank account, you are expecting brokenness, and you're going to receive brokenness. Yeah. Better yet, what if you are avoiding looking at your bank account? If you are avoiding looking at your bank account, right? If you're avoiding looking at your bank account, right? Then that's lack. What are you manifesting? If you were joining just now, tell me what you are manifesting. And I am going to talk about the three systems that are holding back your manifestations. Okay? What if you are manifesting more clients? How many of you, I know there was a couple of you that said you're manifesting more clients, right? So if you are manifesting more clients, okay? If you're manifesting more clients, but then you're pissed. Let's say you were pissed, you were mad, you were annoyed because no one responded to your offer. Okay? Right? So if you're mad because it feels like no one responded to your offer, then you're energetically aligning with no clients. What about love? What about love? How many of you are manifesting love? If you are consistently like checking that dude and checking his like messaging and checking all of those things, and you're keeping his stories to see if he's still dating that girl that you don't like, then you are in the state of expecting him not to be in your life. Let me know if you're picking up what I am putting down. What are you manifesting? If you are just joining, drop in the comments what you are manifesting. Okay? Yeah. Tell me what you're manifesting. Feel it in the comments. Give some hearts. Before we go into more teachings, I have the best client example. Put it in the comments. Yeah? What are you manifesting? Drop it in the comments, whatever you are manifesting, because we've been talking about why your manifestations feel the stalling, why it feels like they're not unfolding. And then I talked about how manifestation is a 3-system experience. 3 systems. 3 systems that need to work together. It is a system where there's 3 parts. They all need to work together. And when they work together, yeah, then you can manifest anything. right? And so one of the biggest things when I think about the manifestation system is identity. Identity is where most people get hooked up, right? Then you have the state. The state is who are you being, right? Like energetically and emotionally, who are you being, right? And then you've got calibration, which no one talks about. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. Okay. All right. So let's talk about one of my clients. Okay. So, one of my clients, let me tell you about her. She is amazing. You can find her all over YouTube. You can find her as the insurance exam queen. She is the bomb. She manifested a relationship. She manifested the miracle baby after leaving the toxic relationship. And she manifested this so easily. All right. Tell me what you're manifesting. What are you manifesting? And if you tell me what you're manifesting, then we can go through it and why it may not be manifesting in your life. And so this live is for people who are manifesting, right? This live is for people who feel like their manifestations are stalling. And this live is for people who feel like they haven't manifested what they desire. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. I'm answering your questions and all the things. All right. Okay, so my client Melissa, she was in a really, really toxic relationship. And she really wanted to have a successful business. That was something that was so important to her. However, she had the toxic relationship. She wasn't going to be able to give birth. She had all of these things that were happening in her life and in her body. And so when she decided to work with me, what did we do? We focused on her identity first, right? And so she had to become the identity of the woman who had the things that she desired, who already had the things that she desired. And so she stopped manifesting one thing at a time and she got it all. Okay. And so she did this by aligning her identity, her state, and the calibration, the whole system. And what did she do? She ended up creating a business. She went from $0 in that business to now over $3 million. She also, the toxic relationship ended and she found the man of her dreams who found her through her YouTube channel. Yeah. And then she had the miracle baby. And so one of the biggest things is that she stopped thinking like a $30,000 a month, a year teacher. And she shifted her identity using what we do in the Aligned Soul world. It's called the PEV method. So your personal energetic vibration method. And so she shifted her state, right? And then she shifted that state and connected with the Aligned Soul Alchemy, right? And Aligned Soul Alchemy helped her shift her state so that she could close the gap between making $30,000 a year as a teacher to having a multi-million-dollar business. Let me know if you are picking up what I'm putting down. What are you manifesting? Come in. Let me know what you are manifesting. Let me know what you are manifesting. So let me know what you are manifesting. Definitely let me know what you are manifesting. Whatever you are manifesting, drop it in the comments. Whatever you are manifesting, drop it in the comments. I am talking about the 3 systems that work together so that you manifest what you desire. This live is for people who have been manifesting, but they're not getting the results. I'm going to show you what is slowing down your manifestations. If you guys want to hear, I'm going to talk about one of my clients. Her name is Melissa. Her name is Melissa, and Melissa is the insurance exam queen on TikTok and on YouTube. If you've ever heard of the insurance exam queen, drop it in the comments. And so what happened was my client Melissa, She wanted to have like a successful business. She also wasn't able to have babies, and she was in a really, really, really toxic relationship. But she made about $30,000 a year as a teacher. But she wanted a multi-million dollar business. How many of you, what are you manifesting? I know some of you were saying you're manifesting money, some of you are manifesting a business, some of you are manifesting love, health. Put it in the comments what you're manifesting now. Use it as an example. And so, what she needed to do to manifest that relationship and manifest like the business and all of those things, we had to work on her identity first, her state, and her calibration. And so, if you guys look, she is called the manifestation, like she's called the insurance exam queen. And so, what we did first was help her embody the identity of the woman who already had that business. So she had to stop thinking like a teacher. We love teachers, but she had to stop thinking like a $30,000 a year teacher and start thinking like someone who had a $1 million business. And so when she started to do that, she used the PEV method. That's something that we do in the Aligned Soul world. It's called personal energetic vibration. She shifted her personal energetic vibration to match the identity of someone who had a $1 million business. And she went from a teacher who made $30,000 a year to creating a business that's over $3 million now, a couple of years later, with a $97 product. You can check her out on YouTube. She's called the Insurance Exam Queen. How did we do it? Because her state needed to be shifted as well. And so we used the Aligned Soul alchemy to shift her feelings, to shift her energetically, to could match the identity of someone who had a $1 million business, had a husband, and had a baby. And so she ended up meeting her husband. Guess where she met him? On YouTube. He saw her video, he messaged her, and then they started dating. And then quickly after that, she got pregnant. I remember the phone call. She called me and was like, Christine, we're pregnant. All of that happened in such a short period of time, but it's because she shifted her identity. It's because she shifted her alignment. She made sure she was aligned with being a mother, being a wife, and having a multiple $1 million business. How many of you are picking up what I'm putting down? If you want this to be your norm, type Aligned Soul in the comments. If you are nodding your head and you're like, yes, your system is talking to you, give me some hearts. Like, let's get this live out to more people. Don't try to fix the wrong system. You see, Melissa needed to shift her identity and she needed to shift her state. Before, she was writing and journaling, she was robotic, affirming, she was doing all of those things, but none of those things were what she needed. She needed identity work. She needed identity work. You see, guys, I have coached over 20,000 women over 12 years. I've been doing this for a long time. And every time I see it all the time. The women are very disciplined. They're doing all of their alignment work. They're doing the journaling, the scripting. They're doing the visualization. They've got the vision boards. They got all the things. And they're very disciplined. And they're taking all of the specific actions. But the moment we shift what actually needs to be worked on, that's when they start to see the shift. That's when they start to see the change. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, put it in the comments. Because do you have to heal? Okay, healing is so important. I did a lot of healing with the Aligned Soul Alchemy method for Melissa. Yes. Yes, there were ancestral shifts. Yes, they're closing some contracts. Yes, we did all of that. But most importantly, we aligned her energetic state and her emotional state to match the identity of the version of her that had the man, that had the baby, that had the money, had the business, and she would deal with, like, answer questions as that version of her. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? If you're like, I want to manifest whatever you want to manifest and you want it to be easy, you want it to flow, put some yeses in the comments. We didn't have to change much externally. She moved differently, yes. She took different actions, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know if you are picking up what I'm putting down. What are you manifesting? Tell me in the comments, what are you manifesting? I know a lot of you said business. Rise of the Goddess says she is manifesting being a script writer, a world renowned script writer. Yeah. Keep going. Like, what are you manifesting? If you have something specific that you are manifesting and you've been wanting it to unfold in your life, put it in the comments. We can use it as the example. And so, one of the most important things that has helped my clients shift, right? There's one system, right? Manifestation is a system. It's not about the separate processes and the journaling and the scripting and the visualizing and the vision boarding and all of that stuff, right? It's not about that. There is one system, and no one really talks about how it all connects. And of course, it is easy to say, oh, I'm just going to do 365 journaling. Like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And so you start doing all these things, and then you're like, why isn't this working? I'm doing all the things. And that's because you're not working on the part of the process that needs to be worked on. You're not working on the block that gets to be shifted. How many of you are picking up what I'm putting down? And so that is why I created the alignment assessment. It's a diagnostic to see, where are you in the manifestation system? Like, what is off there? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? What needs to be aligned, right? What do I need to shift first? When you do that, I'm telling you, you will find a shift. And this assessment does not tell you what you want to hear. It does not tell you what you want to hear at all, right? It really does go beneath what you are saying. And it shows you where you may be off, what part of your system is off, where you are leaking energy, like what you need to start focusing on. Because some of you are journaling and affirming, and it really is not shifting your identity. Some of you are fixing this and fixing that, and you've been fixing these things for years. And so what's important is that this assessment looks at three things. It looks at your identity. Who are you being while you're manifesting? Your state. How are you moving energetically and emotionally throughout your day? Not just for one part of the day, for your whole day. And your calibration, right? What is your system, right? What your system has decided is normal for you, that is what you receive. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. What your system has decided is normal for you, that is what you receive. All right. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? If you are picking up what I'm putting down, let me know. All right. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Why does manifestation feel slow even when you're doing all the work? Put a 1 in the comments. Let me know, what are you manifesting? What are you creating? What would you like to have in your life? We've been talking about the 3 systems that work together in order for you to manifest. And when one of them are blocked, then that's what the reason for your blocks are. Let me know if you are picking up what I am putting down. So, what are you manifesting? Add in the comments. Tell me what you're manifesting. Is it love? Is it business success? Is it money? I know before we had some people that are manifesting money. We had Rise of the Goddess that was manifesting script writing and having a successful business, leaving, having freedom, all of those things. What are you manifesting? What are you creating? What are you manifesting? Let me know what you are manifesting, because you are already a master manifester. When you remember that you're a master manifester and you can create anything you desire, then you're not worried. You're not stressed. You're like, okay, I can create anything I desire at this moment in time. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. It's getting hot in here. What are you manifesting? What you get to remember is that you're manifesting at all times. All times. Some hearts. Let's get some hearts and let's get some more people in here, right? Tap, tap, tap that screen. Continue to tap, tap, tap that screen. We've got 3,000 hearts, which is pretty cool. Keep tapping that screen. Okay? You are manifesting at all times. And when you realize that I can create my reality, I get to choose what I can experience. I get to choose how I respond to what I'm experiencing. Then you get to say, I can intentionally receive the things that I desire. Then nothing feels random, because you get to choose what you desire. Let me know. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Tap, tap, tap that screen. Tap the screen. All right, gonna tap, tap, tap the screen. Tap the screen. Let me know. All right. What are you manifesting? What are you creating? Everything is working for you. If you guys remember, you do not manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. How many of you have heard that? Or what are you manifesting? What are you creating? Drop in the comments. Let me know what you're manifesting. We can use it as an example. The Rise of a Goddess is manifesting being a screenwriter and money to go with that lifestyle. So, what are you manifesting? Because there are three systems that must come together in order for your manifestation to work. You might be like, what's blocking my manifestation? I'm doing the journaling, I'm doing all the things, but it doesn't feel like it's working. It's not working, or it feels like it's not working because why? Because one of the systems are out of whack. Okay. And so when you remember that you don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. When you start remembering that, then what happens, right? You can shift. What makes up your identity? For Rise of a Goddess, she is manifesting being a screenwriter. What are the things that a world renowned screenwriter thinks? What are those beliefs? Do you have those thoughts and beliefs in your day every single day? If that doesn't feel normal for you, then you're not in the identity. And that's why I had to learn the hard way how to do that. I had an amazing month. My business was thriving. It was $60,000 cash came in. I felt so good. I had been manifesting that for a while. But as soon as I got it, I freaked out. How many of you got what you wanted and then you freaked out? I freaked out. I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to hold it? I don't want it to go away. What's going on? I was totally freaked out. And so, what I had to do, I had to shift my identity. I had to shift my identity. Anyway, I had to shift my identity. Hold on. We got to go to. Okay, we're good now. Good to go. All right. So I had to shift my identity. You get it? And so because I had to figure out like who I was being, because when I had that $60,000 month, I was being $10,000 me, not 20,000, not even 60,000 me. And because I was thinking about how to hold it, what did I need to do? That's why things weren't working. And so if you had to look at it, what are you manifesting? What are you manifesting? What are you creating? I think I'm gonna. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Coming to the live. This live is for anyone who is looking to manifest what they desire. If you want to manifest, you are in the right place. I am just going to sit here for a little bit and see who joins. Yes, yes, yes. Come on in. This manifestation is all about this live is all about manifestation. What are you manifesting? We are clearing out manifestation blocks. Say hello in the comments. Let me know what you are manifesting right now. Are you manifesting love? Are you manifesting peace? What are you manifesting right now? If you are watching this, what are you manifesting? We're going to talk about what you're manifesting. We're going to talk about all the things. Definitely drop it in the comments. What are you manifesting? Are you manifesting love? Are you manifesting peace? Let me see. I have a poll. We're going to do the poll. And let me do the poll for a while. Let's see. We'll put this poll out there because I am so curious. What are you manifesting? All right, we've got the poll going. What are you manifesting? If you are creating something in your life, love, joy, peace, like freedom, clients, business success, money, whatever you are manifesting, definitely put it in the comments below. Let me know what you are manifesting. If you are manifesting, you're in the right place. Hello, hello, hello. We are talking about manifestation. If you have been creating something in your life, you are in the right place. We are talking about manifestation. Let's see. Let's see. Whatever you are manifesting, drop it in the comments below. This is all about manifestation. What are you creating? We've got a poll going. What are you manifesting? We just finished another live. We had almost 4,000 likes. That was so much fun. If you are all about manifestation and you are doing your journaling, you're doing all the things, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you are creating. And we're going to talk about why it hasn't arrived yet, but will arrive. So, drop it in the comments. What are you manifesting? What are you manifesting? Say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. What are you manifesting now? Is it love? Is it peace? Is it freedom? Let me know what you are manifesting. Let me know. It's in the comments what you manifested, and I cannot wait to support you with this and help you with this, right? This live is all about finding the blocks. What is blocking you from manifesting? What do you think is blocking you? There's so many reasons why you haven't manifested what you desire. And you're going to find out what are your manifestation and identity blocks. So we are going to, like, you are going to find out what your manifestation and identity blocks are, because live is for women who are working on doing the healing, the mindset work, the journaling, the visioning, the vision boarding, and still feel like manifestation is less consistent than it needs to be. So if you are manifesting and you are wondering why it is taking so long, then this is going to help you. If you are manifesting anything, drop it in the comments or take the poll. I want to see what's going on with the poll and what you actually are manifesting. All right, so come on, everybody. Tell me what you are manifesting. What are you creating in your life? And we're going to find out, are you manifesting love? Are you manifesting money? Are you manifesting clients? What are you manifesting? Put it in the comments. I cannot wait to support you with this. All right, we've got about 16 more minutes with the poll. Keep going. I can't wait to see what you are manifesting. Keep answering that poll, and we are going to talk about it. So, what are you creating? Are you creating business success, money success? Do you have love, clients? What are you manifesting? All right. So, this live is for people who are doing the healing work. This is for people who are doing the vision boarding, taking the actions. Hello, glow and grow. What are you manifesting? What are you creating? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so drop some yeses in the comments if you are manifesting anything. Have you vision boarded before? Have you journaled? Have you done any of that? If you have, put some ones in the comments and tell me what you are doing right now to manifest. Because what I want you to know is that if you look like you want to manifest, right? You have this desire to manifest something, you have this desire, then I want you to know that the only thing stopping you from receiving is this system. There is a manifestation system. 3 pieces to the system: your identity, your state, and your calibration. If one of them are off, that's why you're not manifesting. So let's see, what are you manifesting? Drop it in the comments. Maybe I can put on some music. How many of you, what manifesting? I'm going to put on some manifestation music. Hold on. Here we go. All right. How many of you are manifesting? Let's see. What music are we going to put on? Oh, this is good. We'll put on some music. How many of you are manifesting? Can you hear me and the music? Let's see. Let's see how the sound is. How many of you are manifesting anything in your life? Put some ones in the comments. I want to hear what you're manifesting. Definitely take the How many of you are manifesting? Put some ones in the comments. Let's do it. If you are manifesting anything, put some ones in the comments and tell me what you're manifesting. Are you manifesting money? Are you manifesting business success? Are you manifesting love? Let me know. Can you guys hear me with the sound? I haven't done music before on my live. Let me know what you are manifesting. Are you manifesting money? Are you manifesting business success? Are you manifesting love? Are you manifesting health? Let me know. Put it in there's a poll there, and I want to see what you're manifesting. All right, this live is for the women who are doing the work, doing the healing, doing the journaling, the vision boarding, but they don't have their manifestation yet. And so if you are manifesting anything, this is the live for you. All right. And if you have any manifestation questions, drop your questions in the comments. If you have any questions for manifestation, let me know. I am going to keep give me some hearts. Let's get some manifestation going. If you are watching, definitely tell me Say hello. What are you manifesting? Definitely put it in the comments. What are you manifesting? What are you creating? What do you want in your life? I'm going to show you what is blocking your manifestations. Are y'all ready? So let me talk to you about if you have been manifesting anything in your life. The reason why it hasn't manifested is because not because you're broken. It's not because you're doing anything wrong, right? If your manifestation hasn't landed yet, it's not because you're blocked, because you aren't blocked. It's because you haven't included, like you aren't. All right, guys. Hello, hello, hello. If you are watching, tell me what you are manifesting. There's a poll up I want to see. I see money, I see business success, I see love, I see health. You guys are manifesting a ton of things, so let me know. Yeah, if you're manifesting, say yes. Tell me what you're manifesting. If you are manifesting anything, I'm saying hello, hello, hello. What are you manifesting? If you're manifesting anything, let me know. Take the poll. If you have manifested anything, let me know. Let me know if you can hear me too. If you are manifesting anything, take the poll and then give me some hearts so we can get this live out to more people. Where are you joining from? What are you manifesting? Put it in there. What are you manifesting? Dubbin, what are you manifesting? Let us know. Put it in the comments below if you are manifesting anything, creating anything in your life. Is it money? Is it business success? What is it? Drop it in the comments. Let me know.
This is 12 year. 12 year. 12 year. 12 year. 12 year.
If you guys are watching, definitely let me know. We're going to put some music on. What are you manifesting? If you are manifesting anything, drop it in the comments. I am going to tell you what is blocking your manifestation because it's not about divine timing. I'm telling y'all. All right, drop some yeses in the comments. Let me know what you are manifesting. Take the poll and we're going to go through it. I'm going to teach you the 3 things that you need to have aligned in order to manifest things super fast. Do you want to know how to manifest super fast? If so, answer the poll. I have money, we have business success, we have love, we have health, and it looks like money and business is winning in this poll. All right, let's see. Right? I want you to know if you haven't manifested what you desire, it's not because anything is broken with you. You are not broken at all. It's not because you missed a ritual. It's not because you haven't done it hard enough. It's only because your system is out of alignment. And I'm going to show you how to get your system in alignment. How many of you want to learn how to get your system in alignment? Right? You're not missing anything. You're not to blame because you haven't manifested it. I'm going to show you how to get your system in alignment, right? We're going to show you how to get your system in alignment. So what are you manifesting? Answer the poll. There's about 8 minutes left for this poll. If you want to know what is blocking your manifestations, let me know. Put it in the comments. Okay? So first, let me break this down for you. Divine timing is truly a scam. Divine timing is a scam. It is not real. Manifestation doesn't take time. It's actually immediate. It's actually immediate, okay? And so as soon as you realize that, as you decide something, it is done. I mean, how many of you are manifesting? As soon as you decide, it is done. And so time is not really a factor. It doesn't even matter how hard you work or any of that. What determines how fast you receive what you want is your alignment. That is the biggest thing that is going to determine what you get. And so I really, really, really want you to see this. I want you to know, okay? Bobo Apples, hello, 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 Gerald, hello, JH. My dad's name starts with a J and ends with H. Hello, 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 okay? So, one of the biggest things that I've learned when it comes to manifestation, I've coached over 20,000 women, okay? And what I see is that a lot of women are over efforting, right? And when alignment is present, you don't need to over effort. Things move quickly when you're in alignment, but when it's off, they feel like they're stalling. So you work harder and you work harder and you work harder. And here is something that you need to get. If you get anything, you don't manifest the things. You don't manifest the things. You manifest being the woman or the person who has the things. If you want to put it in the comments, on the text poll, what are you manifesting? I see a lot of money and a lot of business successes. Whatever you are manifesting, right? Put it in the poll. Okay? Because when you manifest, you don't manifest the things, you manifest being the woman who has the things, right? So if you're picking up what I'm putting down, then answer the poll. What do you think you want? And I'm going to show you how to get it. How many of you want to know how to get the thing you desire? Okay? Right? So when you are aligned with being the woman who has the things, your manifestations come quickly. When you are not aligned, right, things stall. Even when it feels like you are being that version of you, things slow down. And that's what no one else tells you, right? So this is one of my favorite quotes from Carl Jung. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your entire life. And you'll call it fate. And that's what spiritual spaces have done. They call it fate. They call it divine timing, right? And that's a scam. It's a scam. It's not about divine timing. It's all a scam. All right, y'all. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Darren, give me a something so we can get this live out to more people. All right. So manifestation is a system, and I have cracked the code to that system because there are 3 parts to the manifestation system, and it's your identity, your state, and your calibration. Your identity is who you are being while you are manifesting, right? Your state is how you are emotionally and energetically. Some people talk about one or the other. It's really who you are being energetically. Okay. And then the calibration is, does this feel normal to you? Because your manifestations don't unfold until they really feel like it's already done, until it feels normal to you. Why? Because as above, so below. As within, so without. Like you've heard that before. If something is off in that manifestation system, your desire slows. Okay? And so I want you to put some yeses in the comments if you get what I'm putting down. And so let's talk. Let's talk about it. Let's talk identity. And so you don't manifest the things, right? You don't manifest the things. You manifest the woman who has the things. And so I'm going to give you a simple identity check. When you think of the money that you are manifesting, which I see on the poll, right? So a lot of you are manifesting money. When you are manifesting money, right? When you're manifesting money, clients, love, freedom, right? Does it feel far away? Does it feel like a big deal? Here's the truth that I want you to hear. If you aren't thinking the same thoughts as the version of you who has the thing that you desire, then you'll never manifest it. Take the poll. What are you manifesting? I see a lot of money, a lot of business success. If you are manifesting money or business success and you don't run a business, you don't have an idea, you haven't put it out there, then you aren't being the version of you that already has the business success. If you're putting down, like if you are getting what I'm saying, let me know, right? Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting on. Hello, Lux Day Spa. I haven't seen you guys in a long time. How are you guys doing? And so I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn this the hard way. When I was manifesting, success and financial success, I had a $60,000 month. It was amazing. I was flying high for like 30 minutes. It was like 30 minutes. Hey, girl. Right? It was like 30 minutes. I was flying high. But then I started to worry. I started to stress. I started to like really stress about it. I was like, oh my God, like what's going on? What if I don't keep this? What if I don't hold this? I started to think a lot of thoughts that were not the same thoughts of somebody who has consistently $60,000 months. Y'all feel me? Like, put some hearts, tap the screen so we can get this live out to more people, right? And so when I realized that I was not thinking the same thoughts of the version of me who had the continual success, right? When I noticed that, I was like, I need to shift something. Because when I was doing that, I ended up going from my highest month to my lowest month. Highest month to the lowest month, and it went fast. You guys tap that screen. Let's get this live out to more people, right? And so my thoughts were not aligned because I was like, where are the clients going to come from? What happens if this all goes away? What happens if I don't keep it? And I didn't keep it. I ended up having my lowest month right after that. So, but that's what came and helped me to discover this system. I discovered the system that when I put these three things together, I was able to get back to that and more. And that's why my business is nearly $1 million business. And it's because I realized identity, state, and calibration are the key to manifesting. It didn't matter if I vision board, it didn't matter if I robotically affirmed. None of that mattered if I wasn't dealing with my identity, my state, and my calibration. How many of you are picking up what I'm putting down? Type aligned soul in the comments if you are getting it. Right? And so that's why I just like created the manifestation alignment. Like the alignment assessment really shows where are you when it comes to your thoughts, your beliefs, your identity, your state, and your calibration. And so why? Why? Let me know why. Why do you think it feels like your manifestation is slower? Let me know. Why does it feel like even though you're doing all of the work, you're showing up the way you want to show up, you're saying all the things. Let me see. Oh, the poll ended, guys. Hold on. Let's see what the poll says. So you guys are manifesting money and business success. Those are the two things that I keep seeing, money and business success. If you are manifesting money and business success, let me know. That's what the poll says. All right. So based on that, with you manifesting money and business success, why do you think it's taking a little longer for you to manifest the money and the business success? Is a quick reset for anybody that's joining. This live is about why your manifestations feel slow even when you're doing all the work. And so I had a poll going about what is everybody manifesting. And so let me tell you about the world lately. My clients lately have been manifesting money, right? They're all about business success. Most of my clients are women who own a business. And so they've been trying to get to $20,000 months, $50,000 months, those type of months. They're manifesting clients, right? They're looking for clients, business growth, freedom. And so if whatever you are manifesting, drop it in the comments. I had money and business success is what won on the poll. Money and business success won on the poll. All right. And so what I want you to realize before I get started talking to you about the three systems that if they're not aligned are slowing down your manifestation, I want you to know that you are a master manifester already. You are a master manifester already. Tap this screen, give me some hearts. Let's get this live out to some people. Share, 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 share this with your friends. I'm going to go into teaching your identity. How do you shift your identity? We're going to go into state and we're going to go into the calibration so that you can manifest anything you desire. Heart, 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 heart this and share it with your friends, share it, power share this live so that we can get it in more hands. Okay, so when I say you are a master manifester, what I mean is that every day, all day, you're manifesting. So anything that's in your life is what you are manifesting. And so, whatever you have in your life, you've created. And I don't want you to feel like, well, I didn't want that. It's okay. I have a lot of things in my life that I manifested that I didn't want. And that's all right. But what I'm saying is that now you have the power to decide what you want it to be. And if you say, I don't want to manifest or I don't want to have the power to manifest, then you give all of your power away to someone else. We don't want that. How many of you don't want that? You don't want that. No. All right. So when whatever you have in your life, let me see. How many of you hear the Spotify, right? Spotify. And so we have Spotify playing. Somebody thought about that as an idea. Somebody thought about Spotify being an idea, and then they manifested it into being. And so if you look at everything that's around you in your life, it is a manifestation. And you can do that for you intentionally. And so what I like to call manifestation is intentional receiving. Type that in the comments. Intentional receiving. What intentional receiving is, it means that I'm intentionally going to receive what I already know is mine. Right? And so if manifestation starts at the decision level, I decided and so it is, then there's a version of me that had this desire and I just get to, in this reality, decide that that gets to be mine. How many of you want to know, realize that that is easy? It gets to be easy. You can manifest anything you want. What are you manifesting? On the, let's see, the poll that we did, it was business results. Business success. It says money. And those were the two biggest things that they were manifesting. What are you manifesting? Right? Because all of you are master manifestors. You are a brilliant genius manifester. Everything you have right now, the phone that's in your hand, you manifested that shit. Everything is a manifestation. I want you to say, I'm a master manifester. Now I'm going to teach you how to manifest what you want, not the things you don't want, because you are already a genius. Lord, heart. Mass power share this live so we can get this live into more hands. Tap, tap, tap the screen so we can get more hearts and more people into this live. Okay? All right. And so, what I want you to know as a quick reset before joining, like anybody who's joining right now, this live is all about why manifestation feels blocked, why it feels slow, when even though you're doing all the work. And this is exactly why it feels slow. There's three pieces that have to do with manifestation. We already talked about identity. What is identity? Identity is who you believe you are. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. I always call my clients call it flip-flop slaps. Let's say one of the people who was on this live earlier today, she said Rise of the Goddess. She said she's manifesting having a screenplay, world-renowned screenplay, and that she was going to manifest money with the screenplay, right? And so I said, okay, if you are a world-renowned screenwriter, then what are you doing every day? You are writing scripts. You're writing every day. So if you say that you are manifesting a business, yes, heart. Yes. If you're manifesting having a business, right? Then you need to start your business today. You don't need to wait for it to be successful. You need to start that business today. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So next is the state. So in this manifestation system, there is a state. You have identity and then you have state. What is state? State is who you are being while you are manifesting it. It's about energetically and emotionally. So I can't say I want to be a millionaire or a billionaire, but then I don't want to look at my bank account. Like, who? What? No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. So, who are you being? Y'all heart this screen, power share this live to more people so we can get more people in here. Who are you being? How are you moving through the world? What are you manifesting? The poll said that you're manifesting money, and some of you are manifesting business success. Okay? And so, who are you being? Right? A lot of people want to blame your nervous system. You want to blame your nervous system because that's the reason why I don't have what I want. But I want you to know that you are a master of your nervous system. You get to decide and you get to choose what meaning you're making all of this mean. Did you know that excitedness and nervousness feels the same? So you can decide I'm nervous or I'm excited. Your nervous system isn't stopping you or blocking you from anything. You are the master of your nervous system. And so whatever feels misaligned, whatever feels weird, whatever feels off, all of those things, you decide. And so tell me guys, what are you manifesting? Heart this live, keep tapping this screen. Hold my face and power share the live, share it to whoever you can so we can get this live out to more people. Are you manifesting money? I saw the poll says it's money and business. So let me tell you how to know if you are aligned, like if your state is aligned. If you are, and some of you were said you were manifesting money. So if you are manifesting money and you clench your chest every time you look at your bank account, then you are expecting to be broke. You are expecting not to have any money flow in. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So if you look at your bank account, better yet, if you avoid looking at your bank account, you're like, I'm not going to balance. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. If you're avoiding looking at your bank account, right, then you are expecting lack. Expecting lack. So I know how this feels. One of my stories, I filed for bankruptcy when I first started my business. I used to be a corporate executive. I was making a multi six figure career. I had a multi six figure career, had a big salary, but I knew that I needed to, like, I was meant to start this business. And so I left my career and I started this business, and I had clients that were getting all kinds of great results. I had one client, she had $100,000 month. I'm going to tell you about her later. And so I was like, my clients were flying high, but I wasn't in the identity of a successful business owner. In fact, I was running this business like an employee. And so because I was doing it like an employee, I like had low prices. My clients felt embarrassed to pay me because the prices were so low. That's okay. I was making decisions that were more employee type decisions. And so I wasn't in the identity of the version of me who had the business. Are you feeling it? Yes, Mary says, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. Yeah. And so at the time, I was trying to manifest clients, right? So I was manifesting clients. And I desired to have more clients because I had a few and they were doing amazing. But guess what had me filing for bankruptcy? It was because I was looking at that like mad because the clients weren't showing up. Instead of being the person so grateful for the clients that I had, I was trying to make sure and run all over the place instead of appreciating the clients that I have. I was looking for more clients. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I wasn't being the identity of the woman who had the clients already. And so not only was my identity off, my state was off because I was so stressed. I was so worried. I was looking at my negative bank account and I was avoiding looking at my finances. And I ended up filing for bankruptcy. What about love? What if you were manifesting love, right? Thank you for sharing the live, Mary Curtis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep hearting and tapping the screen so we can like do some likes and people can see it. And so if you desire love, I love this example. Okay. If you were desiring love and you have this person that you just like so much, but you keep checking on his feed and checking on his little Instagram, and you all up in the you all up in the stories trying to see where he at and seeing if he's looking at the girl or trying to date the girl that you don't like, you are expecting him not to be in your life. You've got to really look and say, what am I? Who am I being? And what energetically am I sharing? Because you can't lie. Energetics will never lie. Your energy cannot lie. You can lie to me, well, sometimes, because I'm a psychic, so you can't lie to me, but you can lie to anyone else, but you cannot lie to the universe. You cannot lie to energy. You cannot. And so what I want you to know is keep add some likes, tap tap tap. What are you manifesting, and are you being the person who manifested it? Let me tell you a story about my client. My client, you can find her on TikTok. She is the insurance exam queen, and she's on YouTube as well. That's where she made all of her money, on YouTube. Okay? And so when Melissa came to me, she was a teacher. She was making $40,000 or 30,000 or 40,000, around that amount per year, and she wanted to have a business. She was told that she wouldn't be able to have children, and she was in a toxic relationship. Y'all, toxic, toxic. And so what we needed to do was shift her to the identity of being the woman who already had the things that she desired, the woman who already had a successful business, the woman who already had an amazing relationship, not the one that wasn't good, right? And also the woman who had a family. And so we worked on her identity using what I call my PEV method. It's the personal energetic vibration method. We used that. And then we shifted her state using the aligned soul alchemy. Aligned soul alchemy. And then we also made her calibrate to this being her norm using the PEV and the gap eraser, right? So we used those three things. We aligned her energy, her state, her identity, and her calibration. What happened? Melissa, not only she right now, her business is about 3 million. She went from $0 in her business to a $3 million business with a $97 product, okay? $97 product. But also, she manifested an amazing relationship because she was able to leave the toxic relationship. And guess where the man found her? Guess where her current husband found her? On YouTube. So if she wouldn't have followed her instinct to start her YouTube channel and start doing these videos about insurance and how to take the insurance, she called herself the insurance exam queen. She still does. Her husband to be would never have found her. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So she had to shift her identity, and she had to stop thinking like the $30,000 a year teacher and start thinking like the woman who had a multi-million-dollar business before she had the multi-million-dollar business. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all give me some hearts. Let's get this live out to more people. Share the live. Get this out to more people. Okay? All right. And so I want you to drop Aligned Soul in the comments if you are picking up what I'm putting down, if you are getting like what this is and how this shifts. With your identity, I'm going to give y'all something. You write this down. Write this down before I start talking about all of these things. Write this down. Identity is made up of 7 pieces. It's your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings, somatic feelings, I mean your body, your feelings, your emotions, intentions, decisions, and your actions. Okay, this is a part of the PEV method that I keep for my clients. You write this down. If you can think like the version of you, like for me, I am manifesting 90 days. My intention is to manifest $1 million in 90 days. I'm turning 50 in March. I will be 50 on March 21st, and I want to go into 2026, my 50th year, as a multimillionaire. That's my intention, okay? And so, but I've got to think like a multimillionaire, right? I've got to show up. I'm doing a new, like, I'm okay. Like, I have an audience on Facebook and I have the audience on Instagram, but I was like, I want to grow TikTok. I want to be on TikTok. And so I was like, what do I need to do? I need to go live. And so I've got to think like someone who has hundreds of thousands of followers, right? That's the way I need to think. I've got to have the belief that, you know what? I show up, the people show up. I do the videos. I've been doing like 6 to 7 videos a day. I fell off y'all the last 2 days, but I've been doing videos every day. I decided that I believe that what I'm doing gets to get out to the people. I can't let what's happening, what's showing me in front of my eyes, I can't use that as being real. What I've got to decide is real is what I've decided. I've decided that I get to make $1 million in the next 90 days. I decided that I get to be 50 and fabulous in March. I decided that my business, which is almost already $1 million business, that I get to make what I've made over all of these years in 3 months. And I've decided that. So because I decided that, I've got to decide, like, what are my thoughts every day? Who am I being when no one's watching? Who am I? How am I showing up when there's no one else to cheer me on but me? These are some of the questions that you've got to ask yourself when you think of what you're manifesting. And when we did the poll, people were manifesting money and business success. What are you doing to be the person who has the money and the business success? Right? And so if you look, I've coached over 20,000 women over the last 12 years. Okay. And I've seen it all the time. All of my clients, they think they're doing everything. They think they're being disciplined, right? They think they're taking the specific action. They think they're doing everything that they're meant to do, right? They're like, we're doing everything. But once they shift their state, everything shifts. And that includes, like, we do ancestral shifts, we do closing of contracts, we do healing piece. Because one of the biggest things Melissa had to do, she had to heal her relationship with herself. She, in order to go from 40,000 or 30,000 or $40,000 teacher to having a multi-million-dollar business, she had to heal her relationship with herself. She had to stop looking externally for, like, for people to validate her. She had to start validating herself. She had to choose the things that she knew would help her and be the businesswoman and be the CEO over everything. When she decided she was going to have a baby, she had to disregard what the medical people said. She had to disregard what the doctor was saying. Oh, you had cancer. You won't be able to ever have children. She was like, ah, la, 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 la. And she stopped listening to that. And she just kept seeing herself with the baby, with the children. And now she has a baby. Let's see, baby Liz is going to be 2 years old in June 26th. Because she had to go, la, 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 la. I'm not listening. I'm going to choose what I want for me. Drop Aligned Soul in the comments if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And remember that nothing externally has to change in order for you to have this. You get to decide that everything is working for you. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay? And so this is one of the reasons why I created the alignment assessment. Okay, so the alignment assessment is called the Aligned Soul Alignment Assessment. Okay, this alignment assessment, what it does is and after this, don't forget we have 3, right? We talked about identity, we talked about state, and we're gonna talk about calibration. Calibration is the piece that no one really talks about when it comes to manifesting, and that's why we're off, right? That's why things don't fall into place the way they need to. Okay, so the manifestation alignment assessment, it's a diagnostic, it's not a quiz. We don't have time for a quiz. We don't have time for a quiz. What the diagnostic does is it tells you where your manifestation system is off and what you need to shift first. Okay. And so this assessment doesn't tell you what you want to hear. It's based on the answers, right? It's based on, like, what's underneath your answers. What system is off, where you're off, like what you need to focus on now. Because how many of you have done the journaling, the robotic affirmations, the vision board, and still you're like, okay, this thing hasn't manifested yet. You know, you've done the journaling, you've done all the things, and you're like, where's my manifestation? It's because you weren't doing it in alignment with the piece that needs to be shifted. Right. And so if you need identity, yeah, Mary Curtis is like, me. If you need identity work, but you are sitting here doing like a past life regression, how is that going to help you? How is that going to help you? The past life regression wasn't the work that you needed to do. You needed to do the personal energetic vibration method. You needed to say, what are my thoughts? What are my feelings? What are my intentions? What are my decisions? What are my actions? And what are the ways I do it is I have, it's called the slip space method for quantum leaping. It's like, okay, and when I did this because I wanted to do $1 million in 90 days. And so I'm asking myself, what does the person at the end, like the woman who turned 50 and fabulous and made $1 million in 90 days, what kind of things are she thinking? What is she believing? I need to understand that in order for me to really do that, like really bring that into my life. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Right? So you need to know what your identity is. What is the state? How is she walking around? I call this receiving mode with your shoulders back and your chest open. That's receiving mode. Am I in receiving mode? Right? And calibration, we're going to talk about that right after this, but calibration is how normal would it be? Like if I'm thinking $1 million in 90 days, woo! And I'm like freaked out. I'm like, oh, oh, oh. And my body is all freaking out. Do you think I'm going to manifest that? Because it's not normal for me. Y'all keep tapping the screen, tapping. Come on, let's get this live shared. Okay. And so, one of the things that the assessment does, right? The assessment looks at your primary misalignment because when you know your primary misalignment, then you know what kind of processes you need to do. And what I'm doing with the manifestation assessment, right? With the aligned soul assessment, I am going to give you guys a 30-day protocol based on what you need to shift. That 30-day protocol is going to include an identity activation. It also includes a tapping for $1 million months. I mean, $100,000 months, but $1 million years. It includes a lot of things. I'm skipping. I'm telling you guys all the juice. Oh my goodness. Let me stop giving you all the juice. Okay. What you want to do is you want to stop second guessing why you haven't manifested what you want and you want to just manifest it. Okay. This assessment is worth $555 and you will get it for a fraction. It's so small, a fraction of the price. Okay. And what happens with the assessment? So after you take the assessment, and I've had a lot of people take it and they were like loving it. After you take the assessment, there is a 3-day alignment experience. This is where I walk you through how your system actually works, how to apply your results, and how to stabilize it, right? Because you go to the 3-day event and then you get the 30-day protocol. So you could say, hey, what are you manifesting? Mary Chris, tell me what you're manifesting. We had another person, the last live I did, she was manifesting becoming a script, like a, what did she call it? I wrote it down. She was the rise of a goddess. She was manifesting being a world renowned script writer and she wanted some money, right? So she wanted to be paid to be a world renowned script writer. And so we looked at like, okay, what do you need to do? Like, who do you need to be a world renowned scriptwriter? And where alignment locks in is when you can break down that exact system and know what piece you get to like tap into. Okay. And so, in addition to like this alignment experience, like the assessment, you also get to be in a container. And the container is called the Aligned Soul Universe. Okay. What's happening in the Aligned Soul Universe is that you get to know the right processes to follow, the right practices. I'm telling Bessie, hello. Hello, Bessie. Hello, Mary. Hello. Let's see, more money and bigger opportunities. Okay, my life and nonprofit. Okay, more money. I actually have a client who has a nonprofit. She got, I think it was $250,000 investment into her nonprofit. She's in the UK, and she has a nonprofit that helps African late girls get what do you call it? Laptops. Yes, it gets the African girls laptops and electronics and all of their materials. And she manifested $250,000 donated to her. So this is possible. This work, I'm telling you, this work works. Okay. So in the Aligned Soul universe, it's a $10,000. It's worth $10,000 because one thing you get the assessment, you get to be involved in Aligned Soul universe, which means that you get all the 3-day events. You get to be involved in the 3-day events every single time. You also get the right processes, practices, and you get to be a part of a community where when I talked to Rise of the Goddess, she was like, everything like you play small. When you're playing small and you're surrounded by people who play small, you don't even know. Mary Chris is nice. Yeah. You don't even know if you're playing small if everybody else next to you is playing small. However, if everybody next to you is pushing and they're like, this is what I get to do, I'm manifesting this, this is what I'm bringing into the world, guess what happens? You start to see that I am going to go bigger, and you start to go bigger. This is what helps to install. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to tell you more of the bonuses. There's another bonus. Remember, I talked about that identity activation? There's an identity activation that I give to the ladies who are part of my mastermind. It's called Woo Do Mastermind, WOODO, Woo Do Mastermind. And so in the Woo Do Mastermind, it's an identity activation. How many of you knows what happens when you wake up in the morning? I'm giving you another secret. Write this down. When you wake up in the morning, you are in theta. And for the first 8 to 9 minutes when you wake up, your brain is easily programmable, your brain and your subconscious. So you can tell your brain what kind of day you're going to have. You can set yourself up for having the best day ever. And so if you take anything away from this live, take this nugget. When you wake up in the morning, let the first things you think about, like for, let's say, for Mary Curtis, I want you to be thinking, oh, I have more money and the best opportunities come to me with ease. I have more money and the best opportunities come to me with ease. I have networking and relationships and my life is amazing. Like those, that is what I want you to think about, Mary Curtis, as soon as you wake up. All right. You pick it up, what I put down, take that, because the first 8 to 9 minutes, you are programmable. So what I did was I created an identity activation. This identity activation locks you into having the identity of someone who creates $250,000 to $1 million or more a year. Okay, it's worth $111. You get it because you got this assessment. Okay, and there are more. There are more. It's a 15-minute audio. I listened to that audio. It is good. It is good. It is good. All right. The next bonus. There are more bonuses. There's 2 more bonuses. The next bonus that you get is tapping to your $1 million year. This is something that I created specifically for the women who are in Woo Do Mastermind. And the tapping for your $1 million year, there's 3 pieces, right? You have your instructions. We're not going to even talk about that video, but there are 3 other pieces. The first piece is you get to tap out the all of the money beliefs that don't align with you having $1 million year. Okay? And then you build up, like you shift, and then you shift and tap into the beliefs of, I'm beginning to believe I have $1 million year. My $1 million year is on the way. It is already happening, right? So you shift. This is a 30-minute tapping experience. Okay. And then after that, you go into the power tapping. $1 million year is meant to be, I have $1 million year, million year, right? You're going to be tapping in all of the beliefs that could be blocking you for $1 million year. You're tapping those away. And then you're going to be tapping in. And that's the difference between aligned soul tapping. Aligned soul tapping also gets you to tap in the good beliefs. And you're going to get that as a bonus when you join. Okay. All right. Next, y'all, next. Can I tell you a story about how I tripled my income? Okay. This was when, you remember I told you my bankruptcy story? I had to file for bankruptcy when I first started my business. And I was driving Uber. Do you guys remember Postmates? Uber and Postmates. This was before Uber bought Postmates. And so I was driving Uber and I was like, oh, I want to make money. I don't want to have to drive Uber, but I was appreciative of it. And so I created this audio and it was called Effortless Abundance. And so I was like, effortless abundance. It's a 2.5-minute audio. I would listen to it and I would feel effortlessly abundant. I felt it in my body. And so I'm driving Uber, delivering like Uber Eats and Postmates, and I'm doing all this. And I kept just saying, I'm effortlessly abundant, effortlessly abundant. And I'm just listening to this audio over and over again. I listened to it. It was 2.5 minutes and I just let it play. I let that be the music that I was listening to. And so, you had me, I had filed for bankruptcy. My business wasn't where it is today, but I did have a group I was doing. It was $99 and it was Next Level Fab Manifestation. That was the name of the group, y'all. I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was called Next Level Fab Manifestation. All of a sudden, I want to tell you, I went from whatever, I can't remember what the salary is. I just remember at the end of that month, I tripled my revenue. And it wasn't because I launched anything new. I had a client who was a private client decide she wanted to pay the rest of, like, she was on a payment plan and she had like 4 months left. She was like, "Can I just pay you the whole thing now?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I had another person come in and ask to buy something that wasn't even being sold. Like, it wasn't even on my website. They were like, "Yeah, here we go." I had more people join that. It was called the Next Level Fab Manifestation Challenge. I had some people come in and join that $99 challenge. And at the end of that month, because I was listening to that audio and deciding to feel effortlessly abundant, even though I didn't have any money, I didn't have it at the time, I became effortlessly abundant. So I made 90 more audios, and there's abundance, there's happiness, there's joy, there's just a different couple of audios just so I could listen to it and feel the feelings. I call them feeling alchemization audios. Feeling alchemy. You're going to get the effortless abundance audio for free because everybody's manifesting money, right? And so if you look at all of that together, everything is worth about $13,000, $12,776. And so when I do this as a webinar, it's $770. Not for you. For you guys, because you're on this live, if you use that code live77 and you go to the bio, if you click my picture and click the link in bio, it's the first link. You guys can get it for $77. $77, you're going to get all of that. The 3-day event, you're going to get the lifetime access to the AlignedSoul universe. You get the identity activation, the tapping for your $1,000,000, the effortless abundance frequency audio. You get all of that. And I mean, how many of you are like, "What? Like, for real?" Yeah. Yep, for real. And so I'm also giving a bonus. So for the first 10 people that buy, the first 10 people that buy today, because we're going to do this live again probably a little later tonight. The first 10 people, I am going to look at your results for your assessment, and I am going to record a private video to you breaking down what your system is, where you're misaligned, and what your exact next steps are going to be. Once those 10 are gone, they're gone, y'all. I can't do that for everybody, but I want the people who move fast, because the universe, God, source within you and all around you rewards speed. And so if you are feeling like, "Oh my God, this feels so good," then get in, purchase it, and drop the "I'm in" with the fire emoji in the comments. Because if you do, then I will bring you up. Because if you want to get coached by me today, purchase, drop the "I'm in" and the fire emoji, and I will bring you up and we'll do some coaching. We'll take you in, I'll listen to what you're doing, and we'll talk through it. And I'm telling you, y'all, this is this is like gold. Because people pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month to get coached by me, but we're going to do it. Okay. All right. So if you would like to be coached by me and you would like to have your own video where I walk you through what is going on, what I see in your assessment, then grab it. The link is in the bio for the alignment assessment. You'll get it for $77 today. All right. So if you get it, say "I'm in" with the fire emoji so that I can, and then I'll bring you up. How many of you want to talk about what's next? We're going to talk about calibration. How many of you are ready to talk about calibration? Calibration is the thing that no one talks about, right? So I told you, we talked about identity, right? It's who do you believe you are, right? Are your thoughts and your beliefs, your feelings, emotions, intentions, decisions, and actions, are they aligned with the version of you who already has it? What did I say? I'm manifesting $1,000,000 in the next 90 days, right? I'm creating $1,000,000 through my business in the next 90 days. Are my thoughts the same as $1 million me? Is my identity matching? All right. Once my identity is matching, what is my state? Right? Do I truly believe that that's something that I can do emotionally, energetically? Am I freaked out? If that happened today, am I freaked out by it? Ugh, that's interesting because guess what? Calibration is important. You don't receive what you want, you receive what is normal for you. And so if I'm like jumping up and down and screaming and be like, right? If I'm like that about the $1 million month, I get to be joyful, I get to be appreciative. But if I'm like, wow, and I'm all all dysregulated, then it's not normal for me. It's not hashtag of course. I call it hashtag of course, hashtag normal, right? I get what I've decided is normal for me, normal for me, not normal for the Kardashians, not normal for that girl over there. Normal, what is normal for you? And so we've got Mary is she's manifesting a nonprofit. She's manifesting more money in her life, better opportunities, better networking, better relationships. Do you feel that that would be normal for you? If the top person, like if you have a list of 100 people, and let's say these are 100 aspirational people that you would like to contact you, if that number one person on that list contacted you, do you feel like that's normal for you? Or are you freaked out? Are you like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, right? Y'all keep tapping so we can share this link. Tap, 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 tap. Okay? Do you feel like that's normal for you? Because if you don't, then what we get to do is shift that. We get to close that gap. Because that's where Melissa, she did the gap eraser. And the gap eraser is it's a process where you start to make, like she was doing in the beginning when she started, and then she had been doing business for a little while. I think she was at like maybe $6,000 or $7,000 months. Okay, so she wanted $1,000 months. What we had to do was close the gap between where she was to $30,000 months, right? I mean, $30,000 days is what she wanted. I'm sorry. And so we needed to close the gap to where she was to $1,000 days. And so we used the gap eraser to do that because she started to make $1,000 days normal for her. Okay. And so if you have in your mind, when I get more opportunities, I'll relax, or when that opportunity or the more money comes, I'll feel safe, or when I have $1,000 days, I'll feel free, then you aren't calibrated to it because you're waiting to feel normal, relaxed, safe, and free when you get the thing. You've got to choose to be regulated. You've got to choose to feel normal with that now. You've got to choose to imagine and feel that and make that your reality as the norm now. Are you picking up what I'm putting down, y'all? And so, whatever, if you think something needs to happen in order to, if you ever say, write this down, if you ever say in order for me to, then I want you to scratch out everything behind that. No, there's no in order. You get to feel abundant even with a negative bank account. You get to choose that that negative bank account is a glitch in the system, a glitch in the matrix, just a glitch. You get to decide that because whatever you're putting behind when I get, you're putting on a pedestal and you're keeping it at a distance. Let that land. Whatever you're saying, when I feel, when I do this, when I get this thing, I'm going to feel all of this. Then you've put it here and you separated yourself from it. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Drop AlignedSoul in the comments and give me some hearts. Let's share this live out to more people. Picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah? All right. And so this is the part that everybody misses. Do you want to know the part that everybody misses? If you want to know the part that everybody misses, give me some hearts. Let's go. Okay. The part that everybody misses is if anything feels shocking to you, it is not calibrated. If you were like, oh my God, you are not calibrated. How many of you know that, like, how many lottery winners keep the money? How many lottery winners actually keep the money? All of you are like, I want to win the lottery. I want to win the lottery. No, you don't. You're not aligned to win that much money. And guess what? You'll win that much money, and that much money is going to go away. You are your actual lottery ticket. You. Because when you get this, when you know what identity you need, the state that you get to be, and the calibration level, you win the lottery every time. You can say, I decide, like I just decided, I'm creating $1 million over the next 90 days because I've decided that I'm creating $1 million over the next 90 days. Guess what? I'm my own lottery ticket. I don't have to go and buy like all these things. I decide that I'm it. I get my identity together. I get my state together. I get my calibration together, and nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me. And so, if you desire something, right? Answer this question. How would you feel? Mary Curtis, how would you feel if what you desire, right? How would you feel if it happened right now? Like if the person that you want to contact you, the networking person du jour, the number one person on your list, just messaged you today, would you be like, what? What about the people that want love? Like, there's so many people that want a specific person and they're like, I want that person, blah, 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 blah. If that guy just called you, oh yay, Mary Curtis, we're gonna bring you up. I'm gonna bring you up and we're gonna do some coaching, okay? After I finish this section, okay? If a dude decided, right, that the guy that you like decided that he was gonna call you, and you're like, ah, you're not calibrated to that. Would you be like that if that was your guy? No, you wouldn't. Y'all, welcome, Mary Curtis. Welcome to the Aligned Soul universe. Okay. All right. And so, what if your company, let me ask you another question. I had to ask myself this question. You say, I want more of this. Oh, no. You got, okay. Mary Curtis, because you're in, I'm going to be doing a video for you. And that video is going to be specifically based on your answers and where you are. Okay. So, give me a couple days to get you that video, but it'll be sent to your email. Okay. So whatever email you use, I'm going to send that to you. And I'll send you a message on TikTok just so you'll know that it's coming. Okay. Yay. Have a good meeting. All right. But if you have, like, you want 100 people, 1,000 people, like for me, I said, I'm turning 50, y'all. I'm going to be 50 and fabulous on March 21st. You're welcome. Merry Christmas, and welcome to the Aligned Soul universe. You are going to love it. And welcome to this assessment. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to do the assessment. It's going to be so quick. You're going to feel like, see it, and you're going to be like, woo. Okay. So when I was saying I turned 50 and fabulous in March, right? How many of you are like, I'm 50 and fabulous? Yes, I'm 50. I'll be 50. No, I'm not 50 yet. No, not yet. I'm not 50 yet. I'll be 50 in March. I decided that I was going to create $1 million in the next 90 days, right? So that means by April 27th, my sister's birthday. If I cannot hold, like, let's say I want 1,000 people to buy the assessment, that assessment I just shared with you, the one that Mary Curtis just got. If I'm stressed out that 1,000 people are going to come in, then am I really a multi-million-dollar business owner? Because it's not just internally that I need to calibrate, I need to calibrate externally too. And this is the part people miss, especially as spiritual people, right? It's like, I'm going to calibrate. Y'all tap the screen so we can get more people in here. But you're like, I'm going to calibrate to receiving all of this. No. You've got to make sure externally and internally you're on point. So I needed to make sure that I could automate this stuff. Yes, right? I need to make sure that I can automate this stuff. I needed to make sure this stuff was good. Because if it's not, I'm not calibrated to having $1 million come in the next 90 days. That's not going to happen. And so I want to ask you, what are you manifesting? If you're manifesting all of these different things, and like I'm manifesting, I want 5,000 people to do this. That's why this is normally, when I do a webinar, $777. I made it $77 for you guys today because I want 5,000 people to come through this. I want to help 5,000 people manifest anything they want in their life. And most of my clients are wanting like business success and things like that. Like, what are you manifesting? Put it in the comments. But if you think that you are far away from it, it won't happen. But if you know that, okay, I know who I need to be, I'm going to be that version of me, then it gets to happen. Thank you for the hearts. Like, yes, please, please share, share, share. Okay. So if you are really still tired of guessing, what do I need to do? I'm doing journaling, I'm doing all of this, I did the vision board, I did all these stuff, I don't know why it's not manifesting. Then take the assessment. It's at the link in my bio. You have the live 77, you get 90% off. And just take the assessment. It's going to tell you whether it's your identity, it's going to tell you whether it's your state, and it's going to tell you whether it's your calibration. And then once you know it's your identity, we go through the 3-day event. And the 3-day event is I walk you through what you need to do. And then after the 3-day event, you get a 30-day protocol. You will have your identity activation you get to listen to. You'll have your tapping so that you can tap into having $1 million year. You're going to get your effortless abundance audio, and you get to know what you do every single day for the next 30 days. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Yes. And so if you want your manifestation to be hashtag of course, put it in the comments. Say, of course, I want it to be the next thing. So let me tell you, I'm going to give you some examples. How many of you want some examples of what you're manifesting? Thank you for the hearts. Thank you so much. Okay. If you want, let's say you wanted $50,000 months. I have some clients, they have businesses and they want to have like these $20,000 months, $50,000 months. They want $250,000 businesses, they want these things. But if your body is tightening every time you look at the number on your bank account, you're not calibrated. If you want $100,000 months, but you immediately think, what about taxes? What goes away? What if I can't hold this? You're not calibrated. Did you guys hear my story about the $60,000 month I had? And then I crashed, y'all. I crashed. I had a $60,000 month. And then I started thinking, what about taxes? What if it goes away? What if I can't hold this? I kept thinking that. And what happened? I had my lowest month ever. It's no judgment. I'm telling you all this because I have lived it. I have coached over 20,000 women over the last 12 years. I see it all the time. And I am not special. I do it too, y'all. I do it too. So let's say you want a partner. Like you want this partner, you got this ideal client, this ideal dude or girl or whoever you want, right? So you got this person. And if the thought of this person texting you freaks you out, you're not calibrated. And so he's not going to come. Or if he comes, what happens? They ghost. They be like, I don't know about her. I don't know about them. Why? Because you're not aligned with it. So I'm trying to help y'all get aligned. Do you want to get aligned with it? Yeah? Yeah? All right. Drop, of course, in the comments if you want to get aligned. All right. So you don't get your manifestation. You become the person, the woman, the man, the them who has it. And the reason why manifestations feel hard, right, is because instead of being the person who already has the desire, you're waiting for the desire to come to be that person. Let me tell you a story. Have y'all heard my Sex in the City story before? If you've heard my Sex in the City story before, tell me, put it in the comments. I'm going to tell you the Sex in the City story. So I lived in Atlanta, Georgia. This was so long ago, y'all. It's before The Secret. This how long I've been doing this. I've been doing this before The Secret was launched. So I'm older because I'll be 50 next year. And so I worked for Coca-Cola. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, but I wanted to move to New York. I wanted to move to New York so bad. And so I decided that I lived in New York. I called it my Sex in the City life. Y'all want to know what I did? I started to go to brunch with my friends because, of course, Sex and the City was still on the air. This is how long ago it was. Sex and the City was on the air. The original, not just like that, y'all. I'm talking about the original. It's probably older than some of you guys watching it. Sex and the City was still on the air. And so I said, well, what would I do if I lived in New York? I started to like dress like I lived in New York. Like I worked at Coca-Cola and I was in the marketing department. And so I started to dress like I lived in New York. I said, oh, I live in Mid City, Midtown. Y'all know where Midtown is in New York and in Atlanta? I lived in Midtown Atlanta and I worked for Coca Cola. So it was about 1 mile away. I used to walk everywhere. I invited all my friends to brunch every weekend. I was like, I'm living my Sex in the City life, living my Sex in the City life. In my mind, it meant that I had to wear heels everywhere. My feet were hurting, y'all. My feet was hurting, but I said Sex in the City life, right? And so it was a week of me doing this, just 1 week. That's how fast manifestations happen. Guess what? One of my coworkers asked me if I wanted to go to brunch. Thank you guys. Thank you for the heart me. One of my coworkers asked me if I wanted to go to brunch. And so I said, yeah, yeah, let's go, girl. And so I go to lunch and she had her friend come to lunch with her. Her name was Deanna. Deanna is my closest friend now. She's one of my closest friends. And so I'm sitting at the brunch table, the lunch table with her, and we're at brunch. And I forget, it was somewhere in it was in Midtown. I think it was in Midtown. And so I'm sitting at brunch and she's like, Christine, Deanna lives in New York. Deanna had just moved from Atlanta. I forget what part of Atlanta she lived, but she had moved to New York. And so I'm sitting there and I'm talking to her and she's like, what do you do? I said, I'm moving to New York. She's like, when? I said, I don't know the date, but I'm moving to New York. So she was like, I like you. I was like, yeah. And so guess what happened? You remember I told you guys I'm turning 50 in March? March 21st was my birthday. She said, well, why don't you come visit me for your birthday? And y'all, this was a long time ago. This was in 2000 and like 4 or 5. Y'all, this is like 20 years ago. And so she said, oh, happy birthday, Aries, power, Angela, yes. So she invited me to New York for a week. I got to stay with her for my birthday. You want to know what happened? I go to visit her. I had 2 job interviews, one with Victoria's Secret and the corporate, and then one with Johnson and Johnson. And so I get there, I'm so excited. I'm like, whoa, guess what? I left with a job offer from Victoria's Secret. Left. It took me a week of being like, this is who I am. I'm having my Sex and the City. Let's do the brunches and all of that. Yes. Aw, thank you. I remember. Look, girl, go ahead. Or guy, whoever. Yeah. Thank you. And thank you for all the hearts, guys. So I left with a job at Victoria's Secret. It was triple my Coca Cola salary. They paid for me to move. This was back in the heyday, y'all. They paid for me to move. I got a $10,000 bonus after taxes. So that bonus was big because y'all know the taxes in New York, no joke. I had a $10,000 after tax bonus and they pay for me to move. Hello, fellow Aries, y'all. Aries. I'm on the first day Aries. So at Pisces cusp Aries power. Here we go. And so I did all of that by what? Changing my identity. I wasn't the girl who lived in Atlanta and wanted to live in New York. I called it my Sex in the City life. I started to live my Sex in the City life in Atlanta. I didn't wait to leave in New York before I did it. Let me tell you what else manifested. So I moved to New York. And a couple of years later, guess what I found out? The universe is so funny. I found out I took the Sex and the City tour. One of my friends came to visit me, and she and I are on the Sex and the City tour. And we're on this tour. Guess what? I lived down the street from Sarah Jessica Parker and her husband in the West Village. I won't tell you the street because I don't want y'all going stalk her. And I went to the gym that Miranda went to in the show. The same gym that she was in the show, that where the little boy kept pressing the elevator. That's the gym that I went to. So who manifested her Sex in the City life but me, Christine Michelle? What I'm telling you is that I didn't work. I didn't do vision boarding. I didn't do a whole bunch of journaling. I didn't do any of those things. What I did was I used this system, the manifestation system. I aligned my identity. I shifted my state and I calibrated. When I got that job offer from Victoria's Secret that was triple my salary, I was not shocked. I was grateful, I was appreciative, but I wasn't shocked because I knew it was happening. When she invited me to New York, I told my sister I was coming back with a job. I knew it. I knew it. It was done. This is what happens when you shift and you make sure that that system is aligned. Your identity, your state, and your calibration. Let me see. So, yes, 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 it reflected me perfectly. Y'all. So, the woman who knows that she is in that relationship with that person, she's not stalking that person's Instagram. She's not stalking their Instagram. She's not like looking on TikTok like who they like. No, no. She expects she expects to be adored. She expects to be pursued. How many of you get to expect what you desire? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Picking up what I'm putting down. And so, wouldn't you rather not guess what your focus needs to be? Like if I was just robotically affirming, I would not have been able to go to New York. I wouldn't have manifested that because I wouldn't have been saying the right things. I wouldn't have been tapped into my identity. I wouldn't have been being the person. I shifted my identity so hard, y'all, that I would go to work at Coke and I would go to meetings and I was like I was the woman who lived in New York. They started to send me to business trips while I was like it was a week. I went to New York. Okay, so I met her, Deanna, in a couple of months before my birthday. And so it didn't matter. She invited me to New York. I was going to New York in March. I just kept manifesting it. I kept being, I'm this person. This is who I am. I would go to work and I wouldn't go there like I was somebody who lived in Atlanta. I was packing. I started packing my house. I started cleaning everything up. My sister was like, "Girl, you." I was like, "Look, I'm moving. I already know I'm moving." And guess what? I was moved on May 7th was my first day living in New York. May 7th, like 2005, I think. Y'all, that's almost 20. Well, it's over 20 years ago. Lord, it's 2026. So I am telling you this. This had nothing to do with the secret. I created this. And so what I want to know is what are you manifesting? And whatever you are manifesting, I am telling you, like I told Mary she had to leave, but Mary decided that she wanted more opportunities. She wanted to feel freedom. She wanted things to flow in her life. And I said, look, girl, we get to align your identity, your state, and your calibration. And so she jumped in. She's got her manifestation assessment for $77 instead of $13,000 or what it should be used to. She's getting the Aligned Soul Universe. She's getting the 3-day events. She's getting the identity activation, the tapping for your $1 million year. She's getting the effortless abundance audio. She's getting all of that. And she's going to get me. The first 10 people that buy, she's getting me creating an audio for you that is I'm going to record the video and I'm going to tell you where your state is off. I'm going to tell you what is the kink in your chain and what you need to do to shift it so that you can manifest exactly what you want. How many of you want to manifest what you want? Imagine that. Like, just there are at least, I think, hold on, let me check. There's a couple more sales. So if you guys are in, let me know because I'll bring you up for coaching. There's only 5 more spots so that you can get the personalized video with me telling you exactly what steps you need to do. Okay? So I want to tell you some more. How many of you, let me go. What are you manifesting? Can you drop it? I remember. What are you manifesting? Angela, my Aries, all of my Aries, the fellow Aries, what are y'all manifesting? And I want to give you examples of what you need to do. What are you manifesting? Because I want you to know something. I always say this divine timing is a scam because it gets to be what you want it to be. Because manifestation doesn't have to take time. The manifestation system is available and it's real. And if you remember that when I decide, it is done. So when I decide something, it is done. All right. If y'all keep liking and tapping on the screen and sharing it, share this to everybody. Get your heart me's, do all the things. Okay. When I decide something, when I decided you want me to use, I'll use the Sex in the City story, the Sex in, my Sex in the City story. When I decided that I was moving to New York, it was done. There was a version of me that already lived in New York, had her New York friends, was doing her brunches every weekend. That person existed. I just needed to be her in Atlanta, Georgia. And so I decided to be that version of me in Atlanta, Georgia. I didn't wait for any evidence that that's who I got to be. I decided to be her immediately. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let's see. More, okay, more clients to close security lending deals. Okay, so if you desire more clients, how do your clients normally come to you? I remember. Let me know, how do your clients normally come to you? Drop that in the comments. Because when we say, I would like more clients, the most important thing is to be showing up like the woman who already has tons of clients. So, for example, when I said I'm going to turn 50 and fabulous and I'm going to have $1 million in the next 90 days, I am putting myself into rooms that I'm going to make that $1 million. Let's see, references. We pay for leads. Okay, so who do you pay for leads? Do you have previous clients, right, who love your work and love what you were able to do for them? I would be reaching out to them and giving them incentives to refer me. That's somebody who knows that their work is amazing and that they're ready for all of those clients to close all of those new deals. Let's say, what if you wanted to close? I don't know if this is a lot, but let's say you wanted to close 100 deals in the next 90 days. Is that a lot? Can you do more than a deal a day, or does it take a lot? Okay. So, you know me, I think big. You want to be around somebody who thinks big. I'm like, you could do 100 deals in a day in 90 days, girl. Okay, okay, your number is 100. All right. So let's decide. So the first thing I want you to do is drop in the comments, I decide that I'm closing 100 deals in the next 90 days. Decide it is done. And so it is. I decide that I remember has closed 100 deals in the next 90 days. Decide it. Decide it. Say, I decide, and it is done. So once you decide, who do you need to be? Right? So that's the first part of the system. Who your alignment is based on your identity. Who, yes, decided it is done, and it is done. So you've decided that you are closing 100 deals in the next 90 days. It is done. There's no question about that. It's already done. There's a version of you, I like to call it the quantum soup. There's a version of you that has already done that. Already done that, because you wouldn't have that desire. That desire wouldn't even come up. How many of you want to be football players right now? No. Why? Because that's not that nobody, no version of you is a football player. But you wanted 100 deals. Done. All right. Good evening. Hello, Queen Vanessa. So you've decided, okay, that you got 100 deals. So what does that version of you do? What kind of thoughts do they have? They don't have like, oh my God, where's my next deal? That version of you is showing up wherever you advertise or whatever you do for your posting or whatever. You're like, I got 100 deals. You talk to your partner, what you doing? I'm closing 100 deals. Like you know that is already done. You're the woman who's already closed 100 deals in 90 days. Easy breezy. Okay. I am amazing, Queen Vanessa. How are you? Okay. And so, Queen Vanessa, what are you manifesting? Put that in the comments. And so I remember what you have to do is say, okay, what thoughts would I be thinking? You'd be thinking, oh, deals. I close deals every single day. I have so many deals, deals on deals on deals. This is just the way it is. I got clients that want deals. Who do you'd ask, you wake up in the morning and you'd be like, who's ready close a deal today? Who's ready to have the work with me today? Who is in my alignment? Who's in my Rolodex? Like whatever. However those clients come to you, that's the way you would be. Let's see, opening your own school. Okay, you've decided. Let's say I decide today that I'm opening my own school. I decide today I've opened my own school. Put it in ED. I've opened my own school. It's done. When you decide, it's done. And so the manifestation system that have created, it has your identity, your state, and your calibration. Once you align these three, you will start to see things manifest. So when I told you that Sex in the City story, you remember when I said, okay, I thought about like, who would I be? What would I be doing? What did I do? I started changing what I was dressing. I started walking to places. I started acting like I was in New York, in Atlanta. I decided I was living my Sex in the City life right now. I went to brunch with friends. What happened? I got invited very quickly. Energetically, I got invited to brunch with someone who lived in New York, and everything just happened very fast because I was already being that version of me. All right. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know if you're picking up what I put in on. Tell me. Okay. Yes, man. Yes, vibration. Yes, queen. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Share this out. All 8 of you. What are you manifesting? Drop it in there. Okay. So manifestation is a system. Identity, state, calibration. Identity is what? Who are you being while you are manifesting? Your state is, oh, do you start small? We don't start small in the aligned soul world. Nope, nope, nope. I call that slip space manifesting. I'll give you a little taste. I decide there's 3 levels. I'm giving y'all better be taking notes because this is, we don't start small. What we do is, you remember, okay, Queen Vanessa, what I say is you aren't manifesting the house or even the business success or the school. You are manifesting being the woman who has the house, who has the school, and has the knowledge. You are manifesting that. So when you shift your identity to be the person who has all of that, you don't have to manifest one thing at a time at all. You just be the version of you that already has it. Yes. And it's not as if it already arrived. The 3D is catching up to you, not you catching up to the 3D. The 3D is like, let me catch up with Vanessa. Let me catch up with I Remember. Let me catch up with Mary. Let me catch up with Angela. That's what the 3D is saying. The 3D is looking at you, and your 3D is like, I want to know. You don't need a vision board. I didn't have a vision board when I had my Sex in the City life. Nope. I didn't vision board. I didn't do journaling. I just decided that that's who I was. I got clear on how I would move. What actions would I take? How would I look? Like, what would I dress like? How would I breathe? What questions would I ask? What beliefs did I have? And I decided that that's who I am. So, some of the things, like, for example, the woman who has the house and the school and the knowledge, what is she doing? One of those things, she might be cleaning up the house she has now, so she's ready to move. She's cleaning up, she's loving on that house because she loves her house that she has right now, or her apartment or whatever. She loves it because she knows that she's going to be leaving that soon. She knows she's going to be leaving soon. Yes. And so she just really just walks around with the identity, knowing that this house will be going away very soon. I'm going to love where I am. And I am going to take the actions. Like, if you want to start a school, it's like, oh, let me start looking for what are some of the things that we do for school. Drinking your iced matcha latte. Yes, yes, yes. All right, guys. So let me tell you another story. I'm going to tell you another story. One of my clients, this, you guys, if you probably just joined in, so you didn't get to hear my bankruptcy story, so y'all come on the live when I tell you my bankruptcy story. But this is one of the clients who had $100,000 day while I was filing for bankruptcy. Y'all know I'm going to be coming live every day, y'all. So keep following me, join. I don't know, you got to join something or whatever, and I will when I come live. Okay, so one of my clients, she was suffering from PTSD. And the reason why she was suffering from PTSD is because her husband tried to kill her. I'm sorry, trigger warning. I'm sorry, y'all. So her husband tried to kill her. And so she was experiencing PTSD. but she also knew that she wanted to have like a successful business because she has a somewhat successful business, but she knew she wanted her business to be successful. She also didn't, she couldn't live alone. She was living with her cousin and she couldn't live alone. And then she also was scared to spend money because she was thinking that she needed to run. I know, I forgot, y'all. Her husband tried to unalive. That's what you gotta say, right? Unalive her. Yes, it was so, she was just so scared. She got out of that. Y'all got to remind me because you know with the little y'all know I'm usually on the other place. I'm usually on the I place and the F place, the BFB place. Okay, and so when she worked with me, we had to work on her state and her calibration. Okay, and so she had a vision and she knew she wanted to be the one in her industry that everybody listened to. But we had to make sure she felt safe in her own body. And so we worked with the Aligned Soul Alchemy so that every single day, she was listening to a special audio so that she could heal her generation, like she generational healing, 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. She had to release a lot of that pent up like emotions and all of that. And so we did the work. She did the work. She did the work, and she started to tap into I'm the identity of the person who has $100,000 a month. She does $100,000 a month, so she really started tapping into that. So December, it you know what? What duration of time do you take to work with a client? So what I'm doing right now with the alignment assessment, the alignment assessment tells you like where your state, your calibration, or your like which one is hooking messing up your alignment. You take that assessment, and with that assessment, you come into the Aligned Soul universe. The Aligned Soul universe, you will get the 30-day protocol for you to manifest what you actually desire so that you can shift your identity and then match that state. And so how long will it take? It really just depends on like what you're manifesting and what work you need to do. Some people need to do so it's kind of like shadow work, but it wasn't really shadow work. We didn't She didn't have to go into the shadow. But with Aligned Soul Alchemy, I call it mind, body, and soul transformation. My clients call it rapid permanent transformation because what she did was she understood, she got aligned, she was aware of what was going on. She also acknowledged the whole thing. We have a whole like 5-step process. And so when she was able to shift it, right? What happened? December, I never forget. This happened in when did it think it was before 2020, so it's 2019 because now she's like killing it, y'all. But she came to me and she was like, Christine. She was like, I'm gonna have a $20,000 month. I mean, I'm sorry, $100,000 month in December. And I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it, right? You know me, I'm like, whatever, we got this. It came to the 26th of the month and she had made less, she had made less money by the 26th than she made all year. And she was like, I got this. I'm not afraid. She was like, it's done. It's already done. She was so sure because she had really anchored in that identity. And so I'll never forget. It was December 28th. I even think I have a video on my site that shows this, but she called me and she was like, oh my God, Christine, they're in. It's $20,000. I was like, whoa, here we go. And then she sent me, it was on Voxer. Y'all remember Voxer? I do Telegram now, but back in the day, I used to use Voxer. And she was like, another person came in at 40,000. I was like, woo, here we go. And then she was like, somebody else in at 10,000. I was like, yes. I was like, oh my God, where are we? By the end of the day, it was about 8 p.m. She had crossed $102,000 for that day. And so she got her $100,000 month, but it did not happen the way she thought it was going to happen. But she wasn't surprised. She wasn't shocked. She had normalized it. She normalized that feeling and she was like, it's already done for me. And so what I'm telling you is that, do you have to vision board? No. If you love doing a vision board and you want to cut out things and do pasty projects and stuff, do it, do you, but you don't have to. What she did was aligned her identity. She knew what thoughts, what beliefs, what feelings. Why don't I? Because I like to wear extensions, Smokey. Anyway, and so, and here's, so she didn't worry about like all of those external things. She decided that she got to be her identity, the identity of the version of her that had what she desired. She decided to be that identity. And so, what I want you to do is to say, what am I manifesting right now? Am I being that version of me throughout the day? You know, am I being that version of me throughout the day? And the thing is when you decide to be that version of you, you will be unstoppable. Y'all, I have been out here for 90 minutes. How many of you are like, I'm ready? What are you manifesting? Put it in there. Are you doing journaling and visualizing and all of those things? If you are, put it in the comments. What I want you to do is I want you to decide that you get to have whatever you want. What did we decide? Let's see. I'm going to look. I know it was in the comments. Let's see. I remember decided that they're closing 100 deals in the next 90 days. Yeah? Queen Vanessa is opening her own school. She's going to be the woman that has that house that she dreamed about. She's got all of those things. Knowledge, the school, all of those things. You decided and it's done. So the fact that you decided, now the next step for you is to say, okay, what is most like, what area do I need to go in the manifesting system and focus on first? Right? So the assessment shows you which piece is most misaligned, right? The assessment shows you if your identity level 1 or level 2. It shows you if your state is level 1 or level 2, and it shows you if your calibration is level 1 or level 2. So whichever one you need to focus on, that's the one that's going to pop out. It's going to say, hey, your identity level 1, we get to work on your identity. And then during the 3-day event, you will find out exactly what to do to shift. You will understand the things that we've talked about today. And then after the 3-day event, you get the 30-day protocol. You will know what to do every day for the next 30 days in order to bring forward what you desire. And I mean, I love what I'm doing. So the first 10 people, we have about 2 more spots. If you've put I'm in and a fire emoji, because I'll bring you up and we'll do some coaching specifically for you. But we have 2 more spots for it's the 10 spots where I create a video for you and I go through your results and I tell you exactly what you need to do to shift. If you are excited about that and you're like, I want in, click the link in my, click that, my circle, go to the very first piece and put in live 77 and you'll get 90% off. When I do a webinar, it's 777, but when I'm doing it on TikTok, you get it for $77. All right. And so what I want to know, like, what are you manifesting? You don't need another process. You don't need to do journaling. You don't need to do visualizing. You don't need to do any of those things. What you need to do is align your identity. Get clear on who you need to be. Shift your state and normalize the having of it. That's what I did when I was walking around and being in my New York Sex and the City life in Atlanta, Georgia. I was normalizing my system. And guess what? It manifested so fast. And so what I want you to know is let's see. If you bought, then say, I am in. And I will bring you up. I'm just checking it, because if you're still on and you bought, let's bring you up, because there are already 8 gone. So 8 of these spaces where I'm going to do the video specifically for you are gone. Okay? And so I want you to think about it. What are you manifesting? What are you creating? What are you creating? And then you get to decide that it is yours. At the decision point, manifestation is done. All you're doing is waiting for the 3D to catch up to you. And the more that you be the version of you that already has it, the more you're going to start to see things flow for you. All right, I'm going to keep it open just for a little while longer. Do you guys have any manifestation questions? Let me see. I saw some questions. Let me see if I addressed them. Let's see. We got Mary Curtis. She already is in. Let me see. So, let me answer Queen Vanessa's question again, too. For private client work, it just depends on how long, right? So, I don't take a lot of private clients. I've been doing this work since about 12 years, I guess 12 to 13 years. This is my 13th year. And so because I've been dealing, like I've coached almost 20,000 women in group and one-to-one together. And so I don't take as many private clients. Most of my private clients are business women that have businesses that are doing multi six figure to seven figures, and they usually want to go to multiple seven figures. And those clients are usually about 6 months to a year of that's how long our working together lasts for private clients. For the people that are taking the assessment, like the group clients that are a part of the Align So Universe, $177 payment, you get to be a part of the Align So Universe, which means that you get to be a part of that experience for life, or as long as I'm alive, I guess, right? For life. And so that means that you get to be a part of the 3-day events, you get to receive your 30-day protocol, and you get to just be involved in that experience. And then we have, it's called the Alignment Lab. The Alignment Lab is a 6 month experience that's on pre sale right now, that only people that have taken the assessment get to join. But it's a 6 month experience, and that's where you get the coaching, but you also get, I call it like accountability. How many of you have wanted to manifest something? You know, you get to do the alignment work, like your identity work, your shifting work, whatever, but then you don't show up. Like you wake up and then you go straight to doing your work, or you wake up and you do all the things. So you haven't done the work that you need to do. I know me. I know you need accountability partners. And so that's what the alignment lab is. It's about you being able to come in, do the imagining work that I'm going to teach you, do the align soul alchemy, do the shift space, do all of those techniques that I am going to show you that will rapidly manifest and align you with your identity. You get to have an accountability partner, and you get to have a group that's going to say, did you do your work? Oh, let's do our work. Let's do it together. Let's show up together. And that's why I call it a lab, because it's not just about learning more, it's about actually doing it. How many of you need that help? I know I need it, but it's only for people that have, if you've gone through the alignment assessment, and we're going to open the doors to the lab on 3/3. So if do you guys have any questions, drop some more questions down in the thing. I'm still laughing at Smokey talking about my hair. Y'all don't think my hair is cute? I think it's cute. Let's see. Shanika, hello. Let me know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Shanika. Yes. So, Shanika, let me walk you through. I'm gonna walk you through what we are doing in this. Let me go back. Y'all know. Okay. I'm gonna walk y'all through before I go. All right. Let's see. I thank you, girl. Thank you. Smokey, bro, this hair was expensive. I'm telling you. Now my hair underneath is long, but I also, let me tell y'all, I have naturally gray hair. I grayed when I was 8 years old. Cause it was for good. You know, they tell you it's good luck when you're 8 years old. But when you turn almost 50, like me, it ain't good luck no more. They just think you old. So So, and I can't dye my hair because I was dyeing my hair when I was younger, and now I'm allergic to black dye. So, if y'all have any ideas of how to like dye your hair when you are allergic to black dye, let me know. Anyway, let's talk. So, Shanika, this is what, oh my, yes, I got it right. All right. So, Shanika, what do you want to manifest? And tell me like what you want to manifest. And then yeah, just tell me what you want to manifest. I want to know what you want to manifest. Okay. So I created the alignment assessment. And I created that after I had gone bankrupt. Like I went bankrupt. If you watch my videos, I talk about how I went from bankruptcy to having a near seven figure business. And now I turned 50 on the 21st of March. And my intention is to create $1 million in 90 days from the 27th of January to my sister's birthday. And in order for me to shift out of being the bankrupt girl, right? The girl who bankruptcy, I had to look because I was doing all the processes. I was journaling, I was scripting, I was visualizing, I had the vision board, I had all of that, but I had to file for bankruptcy. So something wasn't working. And I figured out that I had three systems that needed to align. And those were the identity system. Oh, let's see, manifest a husband, kids, and a better job. Tell me what that better job would be. If you imagined, like, what would this better job be? So, husband, kids, and oh, happy 40th. Husband, kids, and the is it a better job? Do you want to work for someone? Do you want to have your own business? Do you want it to be like just your dream? What would that dream job be? Because instead of manifesting one thing at a time, like the husband and then the kids and then the better job, what we get to do is create an identity, a version of you that already has all of those things. How would you be showing up every single day if you had the better job or the better company or the business, the husband and the kids? What would you be saying every day? How would you be dressing? How would you be smiling? What would you be feeling in your body? That's the work that we do every single day because that is what helped me go from bankruptcy to having a near seven-figure business. So what I created was this assessment that what you take, it doesn't tell you what you want to hear. It absolutely does not tell you what you want to hear. It tells you what really is holding you back. And for a lot of people that have taken it, it's been identity. Because when nobody's watching, what thoughts are you thinking? Are you thinking, man, I'm turning 40. Where is that man? Why isn't he here yet? If you're thinking that, then you're not being the woman who already has men falling at her feet and she's got a husband, the sexy person who's like, that's my girl. That's what you need to be. Let's see. I need to, the top anchor in my market. I'm an anchor for a local station in, oh yeah, okay. All right. You are the top anchor in your, okay. Type this in the comments. I decide that I am the top anchor in my market, the most sought after anchor in my market. I am married to a sexy, you might not be able to say that word because it's on TikTok. So I'm married to a fine man and I got some healthy kids. All right. Put that. I decide that and you're going to decide that you have that. I'm going to use that as an example. And so if we were to think you're the top anchor in your market, with the husband, the kids, and you got that job, then what would you be doing every day? Whatever job you're going to right now, you get to go into that job being like, I'm the top anchor. I'm the best at what I do. You get to come in there as the best at what you do. I don't know if you guys heard my Sex in the City story, but I was like, I'm moving to New York. In my head, I was like, I'm New York. I'm living my Sex in the City life. Like, I believe that. I went into Atlanta, Georgia, Coca-Cola every day, and I was like, this is who I am. And guess what? Less than a month later, I was moved. It was probably about 3 months later I actually moved, but less than a month later I had the job offer at Victoria's Secret, managing a $1 billion brand, and they were paying me to move because I decided it was already done, and I decided to show up every single day at Coca-Cola like I lived in New York. I decided to dress like I lived in New York. I decided to be that version of me. And so you already are an anchor. Decide you're already the top anchor. Go in there with your, how would you dress? Let me tell y'all another story. Y'all have time for another story before I'm going to go into this? Okay. One of my clients, she wanted to be vice president. So she wanted to be vice president. And she was nowhere near vice president level in her company. Nowhere near it, y'all. Nowhere near it. She was, you management level, kind of, but not managing anybody. But she, And so I decided, I said, okay, you're decided. She was like, I decided that I'm VP level. And so we called it her VP moves. She was making VP moves because she decided, once she decided she's the vice president, no one had to tell her, like the 3D got to catch up to her. And so she made a VP playlist. So she had some music on her way to, like when she was driving to work. She was in the beauty industry. I used to be in the beauty industry. And so she had her VP playlist going and she would drive to work. That was her VP playlist. She wore her cute outfits. She was doing the thing. She was like, I'm the vice president. I'm the vice president. She didn't go buy new clothes. She just put some nice outfits together. And then she came to me and she was like, Christine. I was like, what? She was like, they asked me to present. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, she's like, they asked me to present. I'm scared. I don't present. I said, you don't present, but does VP you present? And she was like, all the time. I said, so you present. And so she was like, okay, I'm going to present. So she puts together this amazing presentation. She was in the planning department. The room was filled, standing room only. That presentation was that good. People were like, oh my gosh. After that, guess who got promoted? She got promoted to director level. And I think it was like 3 months. Director level, she got promoted. So as director, I said, you still are VP. VP, director is the in-between. And she was like, yes, VP her. So she still listened to the VP play. She's still doing her thing. Guess what happened? 9 months, she became the vice president. That's a quantum leap. Because in her company, it takes 10 years to go from where she was to vice president. But why? Because she shifted her identity. She shifted her state. She went to those meetings and she didn't wait to like what I told her. I said, if you're the vice president, you don't go into meetings asking what the solution is. You make recommendations without permission. You say, oh, that's interesting. This is what I would recommend. This is the problem, and you fix the problem before anybody even knows there's a problem. You got to be that person before they give you the promotion, before they see you as a person. You've got to see yourself as a person. You picking up what I'm putting down, Shanika? Yes. And so you got to see yourself every day in the mirror. I'm the top anchor. I'm the best anchor in my city. I am the top anchor. I am the one that everybody wants. Yeah, Shanika says, the universe knows I needed to find you. You decide, I am the top anchor. I am the top anchor, and I got the husband and the kids, right? We're not leaving because just one identity. The top anchor who is married blissfully and has beautiful children. And so now that you've decided that, I want you tomorrow, put on your cutest outfit, roll up in that news station and be like, in your mind, the top anchor has walked through the door. The top anchor has arrived. I want that to be your identity every time you walk anywhere. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I could stay on live all day. Okay? All right. So she's like, okay, period. You're the top anchor. And any idea that comes and tells you, well, who do you think you are? You should say, I think I'm the top anchor. And they say, you're not the... Look at that belief and go, who said that? That's the old thoughts, the old identity. I'm the top anchor. That girl, Christine Michelle, she told me I was the top anchor. I decided I was the top anchor. I'm the top anchor. You don't need anything to prove you're the top anchor. Think about it this way. Every time when people are like, this is the best album in the world, they usually announce that, and Shanika knows because she's in the news. They announce this is the best album and it's taken over the internet. Says who? Says you, because you want me to believe that and you want me to say that over and over and over again. Guess what? The reason Elon is going to be a trillionaire is because you thought about it. He put it out there so you could manifest it for him. Exactly. He said, I'm going to be the first trillionaire. And now what? Everybody's like, Elon's going to be the first trillionaire. Elon's going to be the first trillionaire. He made you manifest that for him. So who are you making manifest for you? You tell everybody, I am top anchor. I'm top anchor. I know it. I'm top anchor. Talk to your husband. Your husband. See, I already put him. He's already sitting next to you, Shanika. Talk to your partner. Talk to your friends. Talk to your girlfriends. I'm the top anchor. I'm the top anchor. When you answer a question, what would the top anchor say to this? Decide it is done. Oh my God, I could go on and on, but y'all look. I'm visiting my parents. When y'all see this background, that means I'm visiting my parents in New Orleans. I live in Florida, but we're visiting them in New Orleans. Okay, let's see. Laughing out. Yes, it's already done. I already see it. It's already done. Every time you talk to me, top anchor. Top anchor. Shanika's top anchor. Okay. So when you take the assessment tells you where your primary misalignment is. It shows you what your manifesting profile is, like what you need to work on, and the exact system where you need to focus, right? After that, you go to a 3-day alignment experience. I do those like twice a month. And so you'll go to the 3-day alignment experience. And this is going to tell you how your system manifests. And it's going to break down this whole system. After the 3-day event, I give you a 30-day manifesting protocol. And in that 30-day manifesting protocol, you're going to use all of the things, right? So as soon as you apply, get the assessment, you get put into the Aligned Soul universe. You are there forever. It's $10,000 value forever. You get to be in every 3-day event. Anytime I put any kind of I come in there and do a transmission, you get to experience it from one payment of $77, and you guys are getting it 90% off because in the webinar it's $777. Okay. In the Aligned Soul universe, you have the practices, you have everything, right? If you want, put the link in when you click on the circle. I don't know what I can say. Y'all, I'm new to doing this on TikTok. Click the circle for my profile and then go to the thing. Click on that thing. And then you'll see the first thing. And then put in, let me just go. Put in live 77. That's going to mark it down from $777 to $77. All right, y'all picking up what I'm putting down? It's $13,000 worth of stuff, $77. Okay, the bonuses. I want to go back to the bonuses so you can get excited. All right, so you get the Aligned Soul universe. You get the identity activation. This is what I gave my mastermind ladies. These mastermind ladies paid over $5,000 for this experience with me, and I'm giving you their stuff. So the identity activation is 15 minutes. Do you guys know what happens to you the first 8 to 9 minutes when you wake up? When you wake up, the first 8 to 9 minutes, you are the most programmable, your brain, your subconscious, in the first 8 to 9 minutes when you wake up. I created a 15-minute identity activation so that you can program yourself into the identity of being the person that's successful and seeing what you like. You're already the top anchor, seeing yourself walking in there as a top anchor, people taking your purse and getting you where you need to go, right? And so if you guys take anything away, even if you haven't bought this alignment assessment, I want everybody, take this away with me. The first 8 to 9 minutes, I'm the most programmable. Before you look at your phone, before you look at anything, I don't want you to look at anything. I want you to keep your eyes closed. I want you to have your hand in your heart. If you're a woman, have your hand on your womb space too, because the womb is the area where life is created and brought into the real physical world, right? And so I want you to breathe through this area, and I want you to see yourself having the best day you've ever had. I want you to see yourself already having the most amazing day, experiencing life the way you want to experience it, and seeing yourself if you're I am rich, I am healthy, I am well. I want you to be programming yourself into having the most amazing day. If you can take that and enjoy that, write that down. I'm telling you, it will change your day. I used to do it like I'm the luckiest girl in the world. I have everything that I ever want, and it's always a good day because you are programming yourself, and then you're changing your reticular activating system is going to start looking for good things that get to happen in your life. And so that's why I created this identity activation. You get the 15 minutes, you start your day with 15 minutes of activating this identity in your body. Y'all, all right? If you signed up, put I am in and a fire emoji, and I can bring you up for some coaching. Okay. The next thing you get, tapping for your $1,000,000 year. The tapping for your $1,000,000 year is a 30-minute tapping experience that taps out any money beliefs that you have that are kinking up your flow. And then you go to the links of that are like I am you start to shift into beliefs that feel right. Like I'm beginning to believe that I can have $1,000,000 year. I'm beginning to believe that I am supported. I'm beginning to believe. And then we end with power beliefs. So the way we do aligned soul tapping is a little different. The aligned soul tapping goes from the negative beliefs, but we go into power beliefs. And so we don't stop it with just like shifting the negative belief. We actually, as you open up space, we open into the power beliefs. And so that's also included. It was something that we were specifically for my ladies. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going to tell y'all a story. Can I tell y'all another story? I love telling the stories. So, y'all, I filed for bankruptcy. When I left my corporate experience, right? How often? I'm going to start doing it every day. Y'all enjoying it? Y'all want me to do this every day? I'm going to start doing it every day. When I left my corporate experience, right? When I left my corporate job, I ended up filing for bankruptcy. My clients were having $100,000 days, but I was charging $900 so I could work with me. And I was marooned. And I decided that I was like, I want effortless abundance. I just want effortless abundance. Do you guys remember what is it called? Postmates? And like when Uber Eats didn't own them? I used to deliver food from Postmates and Uber Eats. And I decided to create this audio, and it was called the Effortless Abundance Audio. And I played this audio. It's 2.5 minutes. I played it over and over again. Effortless abundance, effortless abundance, effortless abundance, effortless abundance. And I really felt that in my body, even though I was not abundant at all. And so I was delivering Postmates, delivering Uber Eats, and driving Uber, like airport kind of runs and stuff like that. And when I went to like the airport, they used to have all these guys, right? That was in the airport. And they would say, how long you been driving? I was like, oh, I just drive a couple of hours in the morning. And they were like, well, how much money you make? And I told them, and it was like, I think at the time it was like $2,300. Like I was doing 250 or $300 days, and I wasn't driving that long. And they were like, where you driving at? And I was like, oh, I'm just driving in this part of the town. And they were like, how you doing that? I didn't know that that was abnormal, but guess what I was doing? Effortless abundance. It turned out at the end of that month, I ended up tripling the money that I was making without launching anything new. I had clients that had like 4 months left on their payment plan. They were like, can I pay you in full? I just feel the urge to pay you in full. And I was like, yeah. And I had a lot of those situations. I was running the next level fab manifesting challenge at the time. And then I had people that were joining that. It was like a $99 challenge, and they were joining. And I was like, effortless abundance. And so I am giving you guys that audio. I'm telling you, you listen to it and just let it play. And there's a subliminal version of it too. So there's two versions that I'm giving you, and it's awesome. For $77. Y'all getting all of this for $77. Okay? Because I want my vision. Can I tell y'all my vision? I told y'all I wanted to create $1,000,000 in 90 days. But beyond that, my vision is that there's 5,000 people that are going to take this assessment. And in order for 5,000 people, for me to impact 5,000 lives, to remind people of the power that you have so much power in you And I want to remind people about that power and that connection to to God within them, that they can create the reality that they want. And so I was like, how can I do it? I'm not going to be able to do it with that webinar price. No. And so I said, if I could do this at 90% off just for my TikTok people, and just show up every single day and give these stories and talk about life and talk about what I'm creating. And like, you guys brought out the good stories in me. The first ones, they didn't get all these stories, but you guys brought out all the stories, the sex and suit story, the bankruptcy story, the ease and flow story. Oh, I'm gonna save that for next time. I have an ease and flow story. I manifest the ease and flow after I was working in corporate in 10 days. It's such a good story. It's a classic aligned soul story. I'm gonna save that one. But I said, if I want 5,000 people to take this assessment, then I want to make it a price that's a no-brainer. I don't care if the value is 13,000. I don't care if people normally pay me $777. I want to make it something so they, one, that they, put their money where their mouth is. So I do want people to invest in themselves, but I also want to give them access to this so that they can create a life of their dreams. And so that's my mission. That's my vision. That is why I'm doing this. And if you are feeling called and you're like, I want this, the code is live until I end this live. It's live 77. You click on the link in the bio. You're not supposed to say that, right? You can't say it. You click on the thing, click on my picture, then click on the thing, and then you'll get to the first link and just put that live 77 in and you'll get, you're in. Shanika, did you want to come up and be coached? Let me see. I got to figure out how to do it though. Are you at a place where you can come on video? Okay. Y'all, I'm using, hold on. Let me turn the music down. All right. Let me see if I can. Okay. We gonna figure out. Oh, by the way, Shanika, I didn't tell you about the biggest gift. I forgot. I figure out how to bring you on. I'm gonna figure out how to bring you on. Fast action. So there were 2 more spots for a private video. So you're gonna get a private video from me. And that private video is going to break down your results. It's going to tell you where you're misaligned, and it's going to give you your exact next steps that you get to do before the 3-day event. I did 10, so I figured that I can do it before the 3-day event. All right, so that is another bonus that I forgot to tell you. Okay, how do let's see. Invite. Okay, can I invite? Y'all, I'm just learning how to do this. Yay! Shanika, I can invite you. Okay. So if I invite you, let's see what that means and how it's going to look. Let's see. Okay.
Okay, wait. Let's see. Are you able to see? Oh, we're not able to. You're not able to get the split screen?
Let me see if I can do the split screen. Let's see. Invite to turn.
Oh, wait. Yes. Okay, wait. I think I'm. Can you see me?
I can see you, but you're so tiny. So let me see if I can do something.
Oh, it's not the split screen. Well, I guess that'll do. No, this is your show. This is your show.
You. I want to see you. I can't see you. You look so expand.
Oh, wait. Let me see. Oh, now you're in the smaller box.
People see me all day. So look. Welcome, gorgeous Shanika.
Oh my gosh. When you said, did you want to join, I jumped up and grabbed my wig because I took it off earlier. you made me panic.
Well, look, you are beautiful. I'm sure you're beautiful with or without, but I wouldn't be on anything without my wig either, girl.
Thank you. Because look, at the end of the day, it comes off. I'm sorry. And everyone knows, look, I'm not one to hide it. I'm like, listen, I just can't do my natural hair every day.
No, I can't either. And I have, like I said, naturally gray hair. So I grayed at 8 and I can't dye it. So,
you did say that. Yep.
I would look.
Me too. I'm turning 40 in May, and I have to dye my hair now. I have to dye it. And it's been like that for the past like 2 years, 3 years. So,
Well, welcome, welcome. Well, let's do some coaching. So you tell
okay.
me, we already know you are the top anchor, done and done.
Yes.
And you have an amazing husband and some kids. That is, they're all, the 3D is catching up with that. So tell me for real, like if they came to
Mhm,
you and said, I am saying you are top anchor today,
mhm,
right now,
mhm,
how would that feel in your
mhm.
body?
It would feel, I would feel like I made it. Like I don't know, like my dreams came true. And I mean, I know that I'm working in the field that I've always wanted to work. So it is, I'm living my dream, but I would just feel like I'm really there, like at the top.
I can feel that. So, okay, so you feel like you're at the top. What can we do
Hmm.
right now? So, the feeling of, I made it, I'm there,
Hmm.
that is showing
Hmm.
you that there's a little separation between you and it. We get to remove
Yes.
that separation because you're already the top anchor. So, when they tell you, you get to be like, thank you, right? Okay,
Yeah.
negotiate, right? That's the way it needs to be.
Hmm.
You need to negotiate that money. And
Okay.
so
Yes.
what I want you to do is what feeling, if you knew that you were already top anchor and this is just the way your
Hmm.
life is, what feeling
Hmm.
would that bring into your life?
So I would feel whole, um, j- joy. Um, I would feel like blessed, abundant, like, oh, I've really, so I had these goals, and I met my goals.
Yep.
I don't know. I can't describe that feeling, but just
Like
kind of whole, just
accomplished,
like yes, accomplished. Yes.
proud. Okay, so
Yes,
I
proud.
want you to
Yes.
close your eyes. We are going to do it.
Hmm.
Everybody that's watching, I want you to do it with me. All right, so close your eyes.
Okay.
You can place your hands
Hmm.
on your stomach. And I
Hmm.
want you to breathe in and then breathe out longer than your in breath. So breathe in for 4 and then breathe out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in again for 4 and then breathe out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to do it one more time. Breathe in for 4 and then breathe out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now I want you to imagine that feeling of pride. You were so proud of yourself. You are accomplished. You are the top anchor. Feel like roll your shoulders back, open your chest. That's what I call the receiving position. And feel how it feels. It is already who you are. Every time you walk in, they're like, you are the top, you are the best. We need to work some of things around you. We need to run a story by you. You are the woman we've been waiting for. Thank you so much. Like, you are the Sally Ann Roberts. You are like the woman. Like, people are like, yeah, Shanika, we're so happy to have you. We've been waiting for you. And to feel how that feels, feel the pride, feel the joy, feel the appreciation, because you knew it all along. You wouldn't have had this desire if it wasn't already yours. And I want you to continue to feel that joy, feel that it's already done, it's already done, it's already done. And I want you to continue to feel it, continue to see it, continue to see yourself walking through this news station. And they're like, hey, okay, now you're going for lunch. And you got all these people that are like, can I have your autograph? Miss Shanique, can I have your autograph? I watched you today. You made me feel, the news usually makes me feel antsy and jittery. And I watched you and I felt so at peace. Thank you so much. You were such a good addition. Thank you so much for being who you are. And just feel that. Put that smile on your face, feel it in your belly. Feel it. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now open your eyes. How real did that feel to you?
Very real. Very real. Like I imagined everything. I imagined me walking in this big news station, the top, the number one, the most ratings, my checks, like 3 4 times as much as I get paid now, with my luxury handbag, and like I felt that, I saw that, I actually sat myself down at in a newsroom, and I was reading the teleprompter, and like I just saw it, I just saw the bright lights and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So your assignment, first of all, let me tell you, that's real. That's actually more real than what you're experiencing now because the 3D is delayed. The 3D is
Hmm.
catching up to you. And so, what I
Hmm.
want you to
Hmm.
do is take that visualization, how you felt it in your body, and every morning when you
Hmm.
wake up, I want you to that to be the first thing you're thinking when you wake up in the
Okay.
morning. Feel that. And all you need is 5 minutes, guys. All you need is 5 minutes. You need, I get
Okay.
like at least a 1 minute of the breath. Breathe in and breathe out longer than you're breathing in because your body starts to feel it's safe. And then
Okay.
for at least 3 minutes, I like four, you are allowing your brain to, like the first 90 minutes, it's like, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, they're 90
Yeah.
seconds, but the last 90
Hmm.
seconds, it's like, okay, we got this. This is what it is. So I want
Okay.
you to do
Okay.
that in the morning and at night before you go to sleep so that the last thing you're
Okay.
thinking before you go to sleep, you're seeing yourself with your cute handbag and walking into the top
Hmm.
news station and they're like, oh, we love you
uh,
because that's what's
okay.
possible and your imagination is the more real space. The 3D is now saying, oh, that's who it is. I'm catching up to you. And so we're going to talk
Hmm.
more about this. We're going to talk about how you get to anchor in your identity. Welcome,
Okay.
welcome to the Aligned Soul universe. You'll have all these emails. You're gonna be like, oh, okay. It's gonna. There's a space for you to go in. You'll
Okay.
be able to get to your bonuses, and there's a community and everything. Go and enjoy that. But I want
Okay.
you to really know, like anything right now, because of what we did, there's going to be
Hmm.
something that pops up that says that's not true. Okay. There's something that's going to be like, that's not true. And then I want you to
Hmm.
say that my 3D is catching up to me. It's already done. Like always be, it's already done. It's already done. It's already done.
Okay.
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 Keep saying that and trusting. And I just welcome, welcome, welcome. And
Thank you.
I
Thank you so
cannot
much.
wait. You look gorgeous. Love the wig.
Thank you. Oh man, I jumped up so quick and put this on. This is like the one that I put on when I go to the grocery store.
Well, that is a beautiful wig.
Thank you. Thank you. You look good too. I don't know what the
Thank
other person was talking about. You look good.
Well,
There's always going to be a troll, but that's okay because that means you're doing something right. So,
exactly. Exactly. And the bigger you get, the more trolls that come. You've got to be
yeah.
open to those trolls. How many of you? I That was a thing that was stopping me from growing and growing and growing. I've coached
Yeah.
over 20,000 women, but when I was first beginning, I just wanted to please everybody and I didn't like not to be liked. And I had to
Hmm.
get used to there're going to be some people that are just
Yes.
begrudgings and they're just not happy.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And I get to still
Yeah.
be a space of love, but I also don't have to prove myself or be like, I'm not going to wear wigs. No,
Yeah.
I'm going to wear what I want to wear and
Mm-mm.
be me.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I've learned over the years in news. Like you're not going to be able to please everybody, but as long as you're happy with you, that is all that matters. So I
All
just
that
the
matters.
I'm so glad that I was just because I was bored. I wake up really early. I got to be up at 4 in the morning, but I'm laying down because I just took my nap, and I woke up and I started scrolling, and I'm like, I really need to get back on. I was saying affirmations. I was trying to do these robotic affirmations. I was trying, and nothing seemed like it was working. It was like the 3D is just like not catching up, and I found you, and I'm like, okay, let's see what she's talking about.
I am
Because
so
a
glad.
lot of these coaches are like 25 years old, and I'm like, well, I mean, should I even what? And I know age is really nothing, but I just felt comfortable with you, and you have great energy, and I'm just thankful that I found you. So
Oh,
I'm in.
yay! Well, I'm so happy you are in. I cannot wait. You will get like give me a couple days to get the videos
Okay.
out, but I you'll have your own personalized response to me about what I see in your assessment. And then we'll have the
Okay.
3-day event that'll happen in February. And then,
Okay.
everything is going to be flowing. I'm so proud of you. Go take your
Thank you. Your
assessment.
name is
Have you
Christine, right?
Yes, I'm Christine Michelle
Okay.
and the
Christine
Aligned
Michelle.
Soul. Have you done your assessment yet?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't even click on, but I'm going to click on that,
Yes.
and then I will. Yeah, you do you know something? You want to know something
Yeah.
funny? My middle name is Michelle.
Oh, well, hello, Shanika
Is that your
Michelle.
middle name?
That's my middle name, Christine Michelle.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
See, there we
And I don't
go.
believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences.
Yes, it's a
Nothing.
small world.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
So,
I love that.
okay.
Thank you so much. Now I got to figure out. I don't even know how to do this. Y'all know how to do this? Oh,
Oh, look. Yep. Yep. And then let me see if I can just take myself out. But yes, thank you. I am so happy that I found you, and I'm going to go find out how to navigate this. And then
yes.
let me see.
If you have any questions, you can always message me or message support at anahog.com. It's all in the email.
Okay.
So you'll know exactly
Okay.
what to do. And I cannot wait to see you on the 3-day event. It's going to be on Zoom and we're going to be
Yes.
talking about all the things. Yes.
Yes.
I
And you need to go live
remember.
more.
Yes, I'm going to start doing it every day now.
Okay, because I'll be on. I'll be on because you're a
Yay.
vibe. So
Thank you. You're a vibe
okay.
too. Congratulations for
Thank you,
joining.
thank you, thank you. And I'm gonna click this X. So I
There you
think
go.
that's gonna sign me out. Okay. All right, good night. Thank you,
Good
thank you.
night. Yes. All right. I remember. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Hello, Oscar. Okay, guys, I have been on for 2 hours and 23 minutes. So Christine is going to go take a break. If you have not joined, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to click that link so you can still get it at $77. After I end the live, then I go and I do something and then it goes back up to $777. So if you haven't joined and you were like, I want to be a part of that alignment, I want a video too, I want to, get the assessment, I want all of that, click the picture. I think you'll click my picture, right? Is that how you do it, guys? You click my picture and then you go to the thing that I can't say, the link in Lio, whatever it is. You click that and then you see the first link. The first link is the assessment. Put in live 77 and it goes from $777 to $77 because just for TikTok, I have reduced the price. It's because I want 5,000 of you to go through it. I have this vision that I'm helping 5,000 people manifest the thing that they desire. Okay. And this is what we do. Okay. So if you want it, get in and then I'm going to count down. And if you had any questions, you can drop those questions in. I'll try to give people like 2 more minutes to get in. Just know, hold on, let me go back to like, where is it in? I don't know my home. I created this presentation like a while ago, guys. Isn't it nice? It's a nice presentation. I pretty like it. Okay, this is the last slide. Okay, look, it's not about journaling. It's not going to be about vision boarding. Can you do some of those things if you really want to manifest what you desire? Of course. But it's about applying those processes to the part of the system that you have the glitch in, right? So if it's your identity, like I said, if you're doing past life regression, that's not necessarily what's going to help you manifest what you desire. But if it's your identity, if you do the personal energetic vibration method that I have, where you're learning your thoughts, your beliefs, your intentions, your decisions, and your actions, and you're aligning it with the version of you that has it, that is going to help. That is going to create the Sex in the City life that I had. That is going to create top news anchor. That is going to create the things that you desire. But it is really about anchoring in and being that version of you. I have another program. It's called the Alignment Lab. The Alignment Lab is 6 months of just every day, like really being that version of you. And it opens again in March 3rd. And so for 6 months, you're just every day, every day, every day. Yay, Shanika, I'm so happy. Let me see. Let me double check. But every day in that experience, you are being that version of you that already has the thing that you desire. And it's so important for you to be that version of you before that anything, before, hold on, I can't find it. Look, message me and I will double check. Shanika, message me privately on TikTok. I'll double check. Oh, you see it. Okay, good, good. You see it. Okay. If you don't see your email, because I know there's 9 people in. If you don't see your email, go to junk. I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes they send my emails to junk, and after all of these years of having the same company in email, it still happens. So go check your junk and then move it, like mark it safe, and add the address hello at Aligned Soul to your address book. That should hopefully fix it. Let's see. No, you can finish the assessment if you wanted to do it tomorrow. I would love if you finish it. I can't do your video until after you finish it. So finish your assessment. It only takes about 15 to 20 minutes. It's really easy, but you it's really quick. It's like 15 to 20 minutes. Once you finish it, it then gives you the email. It tells you where you land. You're already in the Aligned Soul universe. You already have all your bonuses. You're good to go. But I just need the answer so that I can do that private video. There's one more spot. If anybody wants that private video that I am going to be able to send to you, that's going to tell you what you got, why I think you got it, what your next steps would be, and I'm actually looking at your assessment for you and what you desire. I get to just speak to you like the same way I spoke to Shanika, and this video gets to be the video is customized to you. So if you want in, get it. Thank you, Eric, for the heart me. I appreciate it. Y'all had me working 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm not going live no more today. I'm going home. I mean, I'm visiting my parents in New Orleans. I'll be here for another week. And then I'm going back to Florida. All right, guys. No, I don't see any more questions. If you want that assessment for $77, you got to get it now or wait until you see me again on the live. And then, like I said, until I get to like 5,000 on TikTok, 5,000 people that have gone through that assessment, then I will raise the price. But we're going to keep it at 77 just for TikTok lives. All right. I think that's it. Okay, guys, it has been my joy. Good night. Thank you, Shanika. Thank you, everybody. I appreciated this time with you. This has been such a joy. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate just the time that I spent. I enjoyed it. And I can't wait to see you guys again on a live. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.